Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Harrisonville, Missouri, Homecoming 2019. We had a little bit of technical difficulty there, so I think we lost some of you, if not all of you, and hopefully everybody has found their way back. We are at Homecoming. We have several different folks out there right now. You can see on your screen as they're doing the Homecoming festivities. We will also have the Hall of Fame class that will be coming up here in a couple of minutes as well. So we will have those here before the game. We will kick off at about 10 after 7 tonight. Will be when we kick off, so we'll be a little bit after 7 o'clock with the homecoming festivities. But I like when they push that back a couple of minutes and get it all done beforehand so that we don't have an hour and a half halftime. My first 2 years of broadcasting, I was at Sherwood High School, and they would do halftime. They would do the homecoming at halftime, and they had this little gravel track around their field at Sherwood. And they would drive every candidate all the way around the gravel track as they talked about them. And I swear the second year we did it, it took 64 minutes for halftime. It was terrible. It was like the Super Bowl. It was like one half, play a game, then you have another. It was just terrible. Anyway, nevertheless, I'm glad we get it out of the way beforehand. The voice of the Wildcats over the PA announcer standing here next to me, and he's glad they get it over beforehand too, because then he can get to business at halftime and afterwards. We got about 25 minutes or so before opening kickoff. I think it says 28 minutes up there. Gary's joined me again, and I'll turn his mic up. Gary, we talk about it every year at homecoming. Coaches hate homecoming.
Oh, they love it.
It's just one of those weeks, and with it being so early this year, you almost haven't been able to get hyped up for it. Usually you got a couple of week build up to it, but it's early this year. We're the 13th of September. Usually it's late September, 1st of October when you have homecoming. So an early homecoming, that can be a good thing for you as well. You get it out of the way in the non-conference season before conference. You got some injuries, you got things going on. Then you don't have to worry about that middle of conference season of having your homecoming.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you would ask the coaches, even though it's not their favorite day or week, they would much rather get it done in the non-conference schedule than when it gets into conference and later on. So I think they're happy that it's going to be tonight and be behind them, as you said.
Yeah, you want to get it behind you, and, we got kind of a mash unit out there for the Wildcats. They're going to be without several key starters tonight, especially in their receiving core, as Kennedy Atkinson, Colby Knowles, and Braden Tarwater are all not going to be in the game. Now, you can look at that one of two ways. You can look at it as we're probably going to run the ball a whole lot tonight, but you can also look at it as you're going to get some good snaps out of some younger receivers that are going to help you later in the year.
Yeah, Keegan Rowe's still out. I'm not sure about Garlock. I don't know that I asked Coach about him, but Rowe is out. He said they may get Drayden Polk back in the game, so that would, as you just said, they may run the ball more than they normally would. However, last week they ran the ball quite a bit more than they did as far as passing. So it may end up being that because of the situation they're in, they very well may run more.
Yeah, and I'd like to see them get back to more maybe, it's just kind of been sporadic this year, and it's just kind of with what you're given talent-wise and what you have on the field at a certain amount of time. I felt like we passed the ball a lot week one. Last week, from what I saw, it looked like it was more lean balanced, but they just couldn't get anything doing. They flipped back into the I formation I saw there in the first quarter, so it looked like they were trying to go back more to a running game, but that didn't really work out as well, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I would like to see a little bit more balance, but they may not have the personnel to be able to balance it as much as you'd want to, given the injuries and those that are out. So I guess we'll see what they're going to be able to bring. If they're going to run more, that's going to put a little bit more pressure on River to run. I mean, either that or you're going to take one person out of the backfield, and that is something you don't want to do with a Wildcat team. So this may be one of those opportunities where that's not his forte, that's not what he necessarily likes, but get him going downhill, so to speak, who knows? Maybe it'll be something that he'll learn to kind of enjoy. Because I think there was times last week and even in the first week that I like to have seen him pull the ball down and run and get the first down rather than still go ahead and try to chuck it, or not chuck it, but throw it downfield. I know he was wanting to get a good play, but I would also like to see him be able to make them honor his capabilities.
Yeah, and that's the thing, that's something that comes with, if you've always been a pocket passing quarterback, it's hard to teach the other way. And I can go opposite way when you look at NFL guys. You could get all these guys from the NFL, they bring them in, and they were rollout passers or they were scramblers first, passers second, and they bring them to the NFL and they try to function them into a pocket passer. And it never, ever works out. I'm one of those that's like, why change what's broken? Look at George Brett back in the day. He had that long, laid-back swing. Everybody's like, man, that's a goofy-looking swing. Why try to break what's not broken? It's one of those things. Same thing that way when it comes to passers when they get older and older. But, again, you would like to see him take off and go. And they're just announcing homecoming king, Kyron Beavers. Awesome for him. My wife and Jennifer, very good friends. So good to see that Kyron won homecoming king. And I believe that was Taylor Fordyce who won queen. So there's your homecoming king and queen for the Wildcats here on homecoming 2019. It's been a busy homecoming day for everybody. And we shall now get to football soon. We have the Football Hall of Fame class coming up next, so that will be over on your screen, and we'll talk about that a little bit. But, yeah, it's you take these growing pains, and I think people sometimes, fans get a little antsy early in the season and, oh, my gosh, what's wrong? What's going on? We're 0-2. How are we going to do? But you got to look at it the opposite way. You got to look at it as these first 4 games don't mean anything. I try to tell people to go back to 2016. We were 3-0, had some injuries, lost 3 games in a row, and I was like, we're not even going to make it past the first round of districts the way they were playing. I mean, they were fumbling it left, right, all over the place. Didn't look like a team that was going to be anything the rest of the year. They turned it around and won 8 in a row and won a state championship against a Kearney team that everybody thought was just going to roll them over off of the field. So you just got to stick with the guys. People forget in these small towns. These are 16-year-old kids. Some of them can't even drive yet. And they're out there playing a high school game. So let's see what happens. You got 2 more non-conference games. You got a conference that comes up that I think is up for grabs this year. I think any one of 4 or 5 teams can win it. Obviously, you look at it, Odessa, it looks like Odessa's rolling people right now, but Odessa's played Clinton and St. Pius. Well, St. Pius isn't the St. Pius of 2007
right.
that went to the state semifinals, and Clinton is, well, Clinton's Clinton. I mean, I'm not –
I'll let you say that. I'm not going to say that.
No, here's the thing. Let me be real honest about that. Their youth program in Clinton is up and running. They've done a great job down there. There's several of those guys down there that have done a good job with the youth program, and including my brother, one of them. And that 7th, 6th, 5th grade section of kids and even up to the 8th graders, that's a good class of players. And most of those kids, their parents, their dads, are the last group of kids that won a conference title for Clinton. So they're young right now. I think they have like 2 seniors on the squad. I was talking to a couple of the people from Clinton, related to half of either Clinton or Montrose down there. And one of the things they talked about was, why are we playing all these other big schools here, there, and everywhere? And I was like, you guys aren't in I was trying to explain to them, what the gist of it was. So I tease about Clinton, and of course I've got to tease about Clinton because I know plenty of people down there. But bottom line is, you go back to Odessa, let's see when they start playing more competition, not trying to take anything away from them. They had a great year last year. They're probably the team to beat. They won conference last year. But nevertheless, I think there's probably 4 different teams that could win conference this year.
Yeah, and I haven't prepared myself for the Odessa game as far as, what they've actually got coming back, in the players that are going to, when I say make a difference, in those position players. So I haven't looked at that, but I think you're right. They're rolling people, but they are scoring some points, so you're not going to be able to take them for granted, because confidence brings a lot too. I mean, if they roll through 3 or 4 or 5 people, they may play above their capabilities. That's the reason we play teams like we've been playing in the first 4 games of the season, is because it prepares us for the remaining part of the season, and like the 2016 when we go down and we beat Webb City on their home field. We go down and beat Kearney at the state championship. So,
nevertheless, it's a long season. That's all I was getting to say. You know me, I get long-winded.
Really?
I mean,
I wish I would have had a little bit of that win from last week. I mean, it was a little difficult.
We really should have talked to Jerry last week. I should have just set myself up somewhere down there with the video stream and somehow called in and just done the game with you from Houston. Nobody would have ever known.
Other than the delay, I've come to notice.
This is true, but everybody else, I mean, that would have been interesting. I guess that part would have. I guess you would have had to watch the game too and call it off. Yeah. You would have had to call it off of there.
But I would have been able to cheat a little bit. I would have been able to say, "Hey, this looks like they're going to run a trap play," and then them do it.
Chad, I bet you $10 this goes for a first down.
The fun we have up here.
The fun we have, and that's all part of it. We got to have some fun. It is your pregame show brought to you by our good friends at Sherwood Community Bank. We will take a timeout, and we will be back with more after this.
There is no better way to get in touch with other business owners and potential clients than joining the Harrisonville Area Chamber of Commerce. Come to monthly networking events and grow your business and make new friends. The Chamber is booking now for booths at the Log Cabin Festival October 4th and 5th. So give Bing and the staff a call today and get signed up for all the fun. 816-380-5271.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Harrisonville, Missouri. We're having a little issue. We had an issue with our internet connection. Jerry's getting that back up and running. We're still on the air. You may not have heard any commercials. You may have been silent there, so you might have thought the audio was gone. It wouldn't be a Friday night if we didn't have a little bit of something happen. But I was just teasing Gary here from last week. I happened to log on right when they were getting ready to kick off.
Now, keep in mind, this is probably the first kickoff that we're doing, and he failed to give me instructions. He gave me printouts, but he failed to give me instructions. Go ahead. By the way, you're long-winded, so you don't have to. You can just do the commercials yourselves. By the way.
I could probably pull some out. I really could probably do that. It is the pregame show brought to you by Sherwood Community Bank. Stop in and set up an account and take advantage of free internet banking. Right now, they're on the field. They're talking about the 2019 Hall of Fame class for Harrisonville football. Jeff Rudell, Russ Pogue, and Ruben Hartzler are your 3 inductees for the Wildcats this season. Talking to Kevin Thomas, the PA announcer here at the stadium, and he said, best mudback you'd ever seen, Ruben Hartzler. Jerry has put on 4 T's. If you go back in the archives on YouTube, I think it's on there of the Aurora game, but it might not be. It may be somewhere else. No, it's there. If you want to go watch it, send Jerry a check for $5 and he'll hook you up. Maybe $4.99. I don't know. It's on his Patreon. Okay, so it is the starting lineup brought to you by Harrisonville's best lineup for insurance, Stafford and Stafford Insurance. For the Cats, we talked about it. They have a little bit of an injury bug going around. They will be without Braden Tarwater, as well as Mr. Colby Knowles, who is still out, and Kennedy Atkinson tonight. Hope to get a couple of the other guys back in there. Keegan Rowe is still not in there. Ethan Murray, I believe, will be in there for him. But along the line, Brody Rogers, Carson Graff, Jacob Poisel, Trevor Campbell, Ethan Murray, of course. River Riley going to be your quarterback tonight, and you will probably see a lot of Andrew Cecil out there. Bryce Percival, obviously, who has been great the first couple of weeks for the Wildcats. Sean Carruthers and a couple of others for the Wildcats tonight. We may get Drayden Polk back. We didn't know. We talked about that before the game, so we'll see if he'll be back in there. And, of course, you'll have Jace Reynolds and Carson Crowley in the backfield. Those are your starters, brought to you by Harrisonville's best starting lineup for insurance. That's Stafford and Stafford Insurance. You know, Gary, it's one of those things. It's a double-edged sword. We talk about it each week. Injuries, you hate them, but it makes you better in the long run.
It does. Well, what it ends up doing is, again, we've talked about it. You know, this is not conference, and this is not districts or in playoffs. And so what this does is next man up. So it makes that next man up better because he gets varsity time at the fast speed and has to step in for one of those starters. So, you know, you're looking at Tarwater out. Well, they're losing 2 positions. They're losing the receiver on the offensive side, and they're also losing a D-back. And so they're going to have to replace both of those. So both of those give you next man up the capability of giving them the second string the opportunity of play and getting better.
And when I was pulling up starters, I got to give props also to Blue Valley Northwest. You know, I talk about it week in and week out. Sometimes it's like pulling teeth, getting coaches to give me starters, and for unknown reasons. But the first couple of weeks it's been great. I got them from Kearney, Blue Valley Northwest. I even got them from Maryville last week and sent them on to you. So it's been a blessing this year as we've got them all 3 games this year. Blue Valley Northwest, he sent me his starters, offense, defense, punter, kicker, special teams, subs. So I want to give them a shout-out. Also give a shout-out to former head baseball coach Jade Samborski, who is now the baseball coach at Blue Valley Northwest. I reached out to him on Tuesday. I said, hey, Coach, do you have who I could email to get the information? Within 2 minutes, Coach had it back to me, and we got everything accomplished that we needed to get accomplished. So that was something that was awesome for them. I was really glad they sent it as quickly as they possibly could, and we were able to get prepped for that. We're about 10 minutes or so away from your opening kick here in Harrisonville. Of course, with it being homecoming, a little bit extra time on the clock so they could get everything taken care of. But I don't know if you heard us rambling or me rambling on earlier. One of the things I said is I'm just glad they don't do it at halftime. I've seen it at small schools, gravel tracks, hour and a half. You know, an hour and a half halftime show. You would have thought we were at the Super Bowl and it was like 2 separate games that you played.
Well, back when the streets were dirt and I was going to high school, you know, they always did it at halftime. And you talk about the coaches not liking it, you know, during the week. They absolutely hate, because halftime's when you make adjustments. And if you're the team that's needing to make adjustments and you happen to be the homecoming team, those 4 to 6 to 8, how many ever it is, candidates that are a lot of times were football players, weren't in the locker room being able to help make those or be a part of those adjustments.
And that tells you how much, like, preparedness and everything has changed over the years to where you have that situation where, hey, coaches say, you want to do homecoming on Friday night, you're going to do it before the game so we can get everything else taken care of. And at halftime, if we can make adjustments, we make adjustments. You don't have all of that to deal with. So that's something that I like to see that, and that's kind of everywhere now. I mean, really, it's rare if you have a halftime coronation of
absolutely.
king and queen.
One thing that I talked to you about earlier today, and I'm sorry I didn't mention it last week. I want to mention it this week because it should have been done last week. Want to go out to the Joplin football program and Southwest Missouri. I read a lot of stuff. Those that have Facebook that had the opportunity to have some family or friends down there that got to see that. The Joplin football program lost an athlete, a football player, during the week last week. They ended up postponing the game until Saturday. They were playing Webb City. Joplin ended up winning the game on Saturday, but the sportsmanship and the camaraderie that you saw from that game, and also all the games Friday night in Southwest Missouri, every one of them was talking about, and I think his name was, or his number was 43, but it may not have been, but all of them had signs, be with 43, even came from the OU football sidelines at OU in Oklahoma. So I love that kind of sportsmanship. Really, we don't want to think and pray for the family that obviously lost that athlete. And
and we talked about it. We did touch base on it a little bit off air earlier. And Lucas Davis, who runs either works for the Joplin Globe or one of the publications down there or the news stations down there, he had a video afterwards, and they were chanting the kids' initials to the crowd. And I retweeted that on Twitter, and I said, the sooner we remember this is what high school athletics is about, it's about life lessons. And those kids lost a friend on a Wednesday and played football on a Saturday. That's what it's all about. It has nothing to do with who wins and loses. It's great to win. I've been a part of 2 state championships here in Harrisonville. But the bottom line is it goes back to it's a life lesson.
It is the love for your fellow man.
Absolutely. And on that note, we're going to have the national anthem. We're going to take a timeout, hopefully, and we'll be right back.
Buying a house is a full-time job in itself. Why not take the work out of finding your dream home? Go see Carol Looney and her staff at American Heritage Realtors today. Locally owned and members of the community, American Heritage is sure to help you find everything you need in a new home. With insight to local schools, parks, and neighborhoods, they'll match you with everything you want for your dream home. So when the time comes to buy or sell, call American Heritage Realtors at 816-380-6161 or visit them today online at americanheritage-realtors.com. Looking for a new modern style place for your wedding, one that won't break the bank? We've got good news for you. Harrisonville's newest event space, the Uptown Event Space, is now booking for events for the holidays and next year. Located across from the Old Cass Medical Center, there's ample parking and space for your next big party, complete with private rooms for the bride and groom to get ready, a kitchen area, and a full catering available. It's time to go to Uptown and book your next event today.
T's crew is no different. That's why we trust C-Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing to outfit us for each broadcast. Offering full-service screen printing, embroidery, promotional products, banners, and more, they can take care of you. When you're looking for a company to make that next shirt, stop looking and call C-Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing at 660-885-2447 or find them on Facebook or Instagram. There is no better way to get in touch with other business owners and potential clients than joining the Harrisonville Area Chamber of Commerce. Come to monthly networking events and grow your business and make new friends. The Chamber is booking now for booths at the Log Cabin Festival October 4th and 5th. So give Bing and the staff a call today and get signed up for all the fun. 816-380-5271.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Memorial Stadium. We're on the campus of Harrisonville Middle School, and it is football 2019, homecoming 2019, the second game of the home slate for the Wildcats. They come in at 0-2 on the year. 0-1 is Blue Valley Northwest. Something's got to give. Somebody's going to get a victory tonight. Hopefully it's our Wildcats. Blue Valley Northwest set to come through the biggest breakthrough banner I've ever seen in my life, Gary.
Well, the biggest one I've seen in high school. I've seen some in college, but not in high school that big.
And you know, that's you almost feel like Blue Valley Northwest is that sleeping giant over in Kansas when it comes to football. I was looking at their starting lineups. They're starting a lot of sophomores, young kids. You got to start. You got to take your lumps somewhere. But you just feel like they're going to pop one of these times. They got a huge enrollment over there. So hopefully it's not tonight.
Absolutely. And I want to get back to what we were talking about, just so I can mention his name on the air, because I want everybody to realize who it is. His name is Caden Roberts-Day. He was he was a sophomore. He was a sophomore there at Joplin High School. So again, would like to send our thoughts and prayers out to the family and to the program and to all those in Joplin. One other thing that I want to mention real quickly: this week was an important week of the Day of Remembrance that we not forget. Is September 11th, 2001, and so I would like everybody to continue to remember that as well and not forget about our nation and that. So,
yeah, you talk about 9/11. We talked about that. You know, I posted a thing on Facebook on 9/11, and it kind of reminds you of how sometimes divided we get. It had just talked about I like America on 9/12.
That's if you were going to say that, I was, because 9/12 it was.
Yes, everybody loved everybody. It didn't matter what your religion was, what your political affiliation was, if you're rich, if you're poor, nothing. We were all Americans at that time, and we got to get back to that. Sometimes we all forget it, and we're all guilty of it at times.
Absolutely.
And we got to get back to that. And stuff like that happened last week with the Joplin player, and then 9/11 this week. That starts putting your life in perspective and realize all that stuff, it is what it is. Let's have fun.
That's exactly right. We don't know how blessed we are that our children, you know, the ones that have been healthy and not gone into something. I mean, as a parent, you know, you worry about, well, how your children going to do? Are they going to, hopefully they're going to bury you, you're not going to bury them.
Absolutely.
So let's go to football.
We got a coin toss on the field. We'll let you know who wins that coin toss here in just a matter of seconds. Tonight's coin toss brought to you by Hawthorne Bank. Take your extra coin into Hawthorne and start a savings account today. I was just noticing over on the video board, one of those things that can be a good, intimidating factor. They pop up the 28 district championships, 5 state titles, all in Harrisonville football 2019. I thought that was pretty neat how that went on. I'm going to talk about the teams right now as we get ready for the kickoff here. They're out there. Gary will let me know who wins the toss, who's going to get it. But Blue Valley Northwest is going to be an all white top, white bottom. I think they've got white numbers, and Gary, that's going to be terrible.
Oh, Jerry already said that earlier before we went on the air, how difficult it was going to be able to read their numbers. On the front, you can't hardly even see it. On the back, if it's just in the right way, you can see it on the back, and maybe a little bit on the shoulder occasionally. Harrisonville won the toss. We declined, deferred to the second half, and so therefore Blue Valley Northwest is going to be receiving the ball first. Blue Valley Northwest is going to be going from right to left, Chad, which is south to north, and Harrisonville will be going left to right on your TV screen, or, as we say, north to south.
So we are ready for some football action. I can kind of see the back numbers, so hopefully.
They're just a little bit better, but not much better.
They're bigger, so thankfully for that. Cat's going to be in their new gray, that dark gray top, with blue numbers, white outline, blue helmet, and black pants, and Blue Valley Northwest in all whites.
And tonight, if we would have had it in time, tonight would have been a great day to break out our gray.
And they wore gray last week at home, correct? I think they wore gray last Friday, so I was under the assumption they probably wear blue tonight because, you know, they're the Oregon Ducks of high school football. We got 19 different uniform combinations. So I was like, let's go blue since it's homecoming. But we do have gray, so we'll have to bust those out soon. For our great outfitters, C-Squared Embroidery in Clinton, they take care of us. Cindy, I was down there yesterday picking those up. We appreciate it. It looks fantastic, and we're excited to wear those gray tops and those gray pullovers. So back deep to receive is going to be Thomas and Walker for Blue Valley Northwest, and the Cats are going to kick it away. Short kick going to be fielded about the 35, and falling forward to about the 38 was the runner for the Blue Valley Northwest, and I'm not sure who that was. They tried to shake hands with the Wildcats, and
It was number 32, Drew Rinaldo.
and they tried to shake hands with the Wildcats. Cats had nothing to do with it, which, you know, hey, let's reach out and shake a hand. We talked about it. Let's have fun. It's not a situation. So here we go. Shotgun formation, wide receivers left and right. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Running back in the backfield is Thomas. And here we go, out of the shotgun, run right up the middle and bounce to the outside. Tried to a gain of a couple. Going to bring up 2nd down and 8. So Thomas is going to be the running back there. Shotgun formation. Pauly is going to be the quarterback. Just a sophomore is Pauly, so we'll see how he deals with some pressure from the Cats here tonight. 2 wide receivers left, 2 to the right. And 2nd down from their own 42. And he's going to throw, and he's going to go deep. He's got his man, but out of bounds, incomplete. Showing his arm early on, just a little bit too long. And Paulie's 6'4". I was getting ready to say, he's a good-looking kid out there for being a sophomore, very tall, reminiscent of a kid that used to play in Harrisonville. I can't remember his name. Zach Davidson, maybe? Sophomore quarterback as well. 3 wide receivers now to your left side, 1 to your right. Shotgun formation. Fake. They're going to go over the middle. Incomplete.
No,
almost intercepted. We'll see. Are they going to call it Nope, they're going to say incomplete. Poisel and Crowley bang heads trying to get that one off the turf. Couldn't quite do it, but it'll be a 3 and out by the Wildcat defense here. So it'll be 4th down and a punt coming up. Punter going to be Evan Ranello. Heard that Reynolds and Percival back there. And here comes the punt. High punt. Looks like Percival going to take it to the 30, to the 35. Ripped down, pulled out of bounds by his face mask at a 35. That'll put him up to midfield after the 15-yarder. H.T. Adams is our Sonic kick return contestant tonight. Some people may be going, that name sounds familiar. H.T. Adams, from former Harrisonville Athletic Director, is our kick return contestant tonight. If the Cats return a punt or a kick for a touchdown, HT will win $70 to Sonic. He's going to have to be driving down to Harrisonville a lot. So here we go. It'll be Cats ball. I believe it'll be at midfield or maybe even into, they're going to pull him all the way to the 47-yard line. Percival, I'll tell you what, he's like the Energizer Bunny, man. He just takes, or a Timex timepiece, takes a licking and keeps on ticking. He got ripped down. Riley under center, wide receiver left, wide receiver right. It'll be I formation, and Reynolds goes right up the middle and going to have a gain of about 3. It'll bring up 2nd down and about 7 for the Cats, down to the 43-yard line of Blue Valley Northwest.
Well, like we talked, it looks like they're going to run more. They've got running out of the I with Pesic as the fullback.
So I formation Riley, and that, I believe, is going to be a motion on the Cats. Looked like guys were moving a little bit before the snap there. Just looked discombobulated from the start. And it will be a false start on the Cats. And something I noticed from River last week, when I was watching, and I didn't get a chance to go back and watch the whole game, he has a tendency to read what he's doing before he hands off or throws, and I'm wondering to see if that was maybe what he was doing right there. 2 wide receivers out to your left side, and they're going to hand off to Reynolds, and Reynolds has got some running room, and he's going to have a first down, 11 yards quickly. Jace Reynolds make it 12 as they move him all the way down to the 36-yard line, and a first down for the Cats. That is a Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center first down. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances. Two wide receivers to your right and tight on the left. Fake the handoff, and Riley rolls out to pass on the sideline. Cecil cannot come down with it, right in the hands at about the 25-yard line. It'll be incomplete, and it'll bring up a second down and 10. And those are the ones you got to come down with, Gary.
Yeah, you do. I mean, he had a great route, was wide open, and it looked like he jumped a little bit too soon, first of all, and kind of was out of sorts whenever he's trying to make the catch.
So Percival out to your right, to your left is Cecil. I formation in the backfield. They're going to hand it off for Reynolds, and Reynolds finds a seam inside the 30, down to about the 29-yard line. Going to bring up a 3rd and 3 for the Wildcats. Just under 10 minutes to go here, first quarter, and no score from Memorial Stadium in Harrisonville. The 0-2 Cats, the 0-1 Blue Valley Northwest Huskies here on Homecoming 2019. Riley under center, wide receiver to his left, wide receiver to his right, I formation in the backfield. Pesic in front of Reynolds. And this time he's going to hand off for Reynolds again, and Reynolds again with a big hole. Going to pop off another 6 yards and be cut down at about the 23-yard line. So that is a Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center first down. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances. Cecil to your left, Percival to your right, Riley under center, and the Cat's going to go hurry up here.
Now would be a good time to screen because they're all up in the box.
And Riley going to hand off for Reynolds, and Reynolds met by a wall of white of Huskies there. Are they packs of Huskies?
I believe so.
So a pack of Huskies brings down Jace Reynolds. Going to bring up a 2nd and 10 with 8:49 and counting here in the first quarter, and no score from Harrisonville. Again in that I formation, this time with double receivers to your right side. Here we go. They're going to pitch it out for Reynolds. Reynolds chase from behind. Can't quite get back to the line of scrimmage. Going to lose a couple there. And it brings up 3rd down and 12 back at the 25-yard line. So started off as a good drive, and a couple of duds there on 1st and 2nd down. Brings up 3rd and long for the Wildcats. And, you know, you got to figure Coach Meeks on the sideline probably thinking we're in 4-down territory regardless, so we've still got 2 downs to go here. 3rd down and almost 13 for the Wildcats.
And then you're going to add 5 to that.
And I'm not sure if somebody was off the line at that time. I couldn't see. Or if Riley again pulled out quicker. What I noticed, what I said about River last week when I was watching the game, he tends to lean into handoffs, and he tends to pull back quickly when he knows he's going to pass. And that might be a situation you're seeing. And that was just a small portion. So I don't know if that was just at that time what he was doing, but now it's 3rd and 17. 2 wide receivers to your left side, I formation on 3rd and long. Coming from the backside, ball tipped and incomplete. Going to bring up 4th down for the Wildcats. So ball at about the 31-yard line.
Looks like they're going to play possession, and Tarwater, who's not able to play, was our punter as well. And so now it looks like that River Riley is going to be punting.
And Riley boots this one through the end zone. It'll be so not really what you wanted. It only nets you about 11 yards, but it'll be Blue Valley Northwest ball from their own 20 with 7:45 to go. So promising start to the drive. Ended up being an 8-play drive, but it fizzled out, Gary, deep into our territory. And again, the culprit was mistakes. You had a couple of no runs, and then a 3rd down and 12 turned into 3rd and 17. So it'll be 1st down and 10 from their own 20 against shotgun formation for Pauly and Blue Valley Northwest. He's got his running back there in the backfield with him is Thomas. 2 wide receivers to your left, 2 to your right. And they're going to fake the handoff and nowhere to go. Oh, they did get the handoff. And Brody Rogers was all over that one from the start.
I think they gave him the play before it started on that one, I believe.
Brody must have heard the play call because he was at the handoff exchange, and he about handed it off to Brody Rogers, who about ran it in for 6. 2 wide receivers to your left, 2 to your right, shotgun formation. Pauly in the shotgun, doesn't fake the Thomas. He's going to go deep again, overthrows his target by about 5 yards. I believe that was Percival on the far side. And it brings up 3rd down. And another thing, we talked about, you're going to have you got different cornerbacks out there because your wide receivers aren't playing, who were playing on the defensive side.
But we've been playing very good in the flat, so he's had to go deep. On both sides, we've had the flat covered, so he had to go deep. And the 3rd down play last time up the middle, we broke it up. We're playing great defense by the linebackers, so I like what I see right now.
Trips out to your right side. Let's see if the Cats come after him here. Rogers
deep
gets
again.
A run at it. That's a deep pass caught down the sideline and thrown out of bounds by Vance. And it will be a long 1st down. Norris Vance on the coverage down to about the 34-yard line. So a giant chunk of yard.
44-yard pass play.
And it'll be, again, 3 wide receivers set off to your far side. And right up the middle, they try to go Thomas again, and he gets a couple of yards. Shoe goes flying. Norris lost his shoe there. Going to bring up 2nd down and about 8. I believe that was a catch by Ronaldo.
Number 19.
Yes, Ronaldo with the catch there. Sorry with the numbers. We're trying to see those. They look awesome, but as a broadcaster, you hate the white on.
It's going to be easier to see him down here than it is down on this end, though.
So 3 wide receivers still out to that side. They're going to throw a bubble screen, overthrows his target, brings up 3rd down. That is a tough throw right there, all the way across the field to a wide receiver for a little bubble screen. Goes incomplete, brings up a 3rd down and 8 from the Wildcat 32-yard line. 6:16 to go, 1st quarter, no score from Memorial Stadium in Harrisonville. Pauly looks over to the sidelines now. Thomas and Pauly in the backfield. And he's looking to pass again.
Look like the same play.
And instead, they're going to try deep. And Percival, I believe, had the coverage right. You put Percival on defense, and the hands just change. Offense, anything within 10 yards of him, that kid is going to grab. It must just be a cornerback thing. I don't know. Nevertheless, it's going to be 4th and about 8.
Well, usually you can say that's the reason they play defense, but in this particular case, we know how well Percival is on offense.
So 4th and 8, and they're going to go for it here. Deep in Cat territory, down to the Cat 32, 4th and 8 coming up. Pauly looks to the sideline now. It's 9 seconds on the play.
They're outnumbered on the right side. They're going to call timeout. They were out. Harrisonville was outnumbered, I felt like, because there's only 8 yards to go. I mean, you get a quick throw out there, and so that was concerning.
And, maybe they think, Gary, that they're going to kick here. They got a kicker, Drew Coble. See if they may want to kick it here. I'm not sure. It looked like maybe they were just trying to draw them off sides here, so now they're going to talk it over. You're at the 32. You're going to snap that back. It's going to be about the 40-yard line. It's about a 50-yard field goal. That's a tough task for any buddy to kick,
it
let
is.
alone a high school kid.
And I would almost want to play up tight and bump them off the line. Their quarterback is 1 for 6 right now. I mean, it was just the one play on this side. I would almost bump off the line, get a little bit of pressure rather than playing so far off, because if they catch the ball within 8 yards, obviously it's a first down. If they catch it with 5 and got to go 3. So,
and we haven't seen a blitz yet from the Wildcats. No. Kyron quick off the end, go Carruthers on the other side off the end, maybe one of those outside linebackers jump deep in that backfield and get the sophomore happy feet real early. He may airmail one here.
Right.
So they're going to go for it. 3 wide receivers set, and Gary was right. There's only 2 of them over on the far side for the Wildcats. Maybe they're trying to bait him into throwing over there. And they're looking to throw over on the sidelines, caught, and for a first down to the 20. Rinaldo again. So a 1st and 10. And they're going after Norris Vance early on, the sophomore cornerback for the Wildcats. And a good throw. Obviously more comfortable throwing to the left side than he has been the right side early on. Looks like they're going to go 2 wide receiver set with a back off the end, this time in the shotgun. Thomas back there with Pauly. Going to hand off to Thomas, cuts inside, but not able to get through. A quick tackle by the Wildcats. Poisel in there and a couple of others. Are going to bring up 2nd down and about 8 for Blue Valley Northwest here, trying to get on the board first. 5:45 to go first quarter. No score from Harrisonville.
8-play drive that started at the 20, so this is a good drive for them. And we need to stop them here before they get into the end zone.
And we got a whistle and a timeout.
Harrisonville timeout.
Might be a – no, it is a Harrisonville timeout. Gary was correct. We'll take a quick timeout as well. You're listening and watching high school football on 4Ts.com.
It's important to have a local bank. Sherwood Community Bank is the area's only locally owned bank. It's nice when your local bank is also up with the times and provides you with internet banking and a mobile banking app. We are all so busy, so sometimes being able to jump online or use an app to transfer funds at the click of a button is the easiest way to bank. So go to one of Sherwood Bank's 4 convenient locations in Urick, Creighton, Garden City, or Harrisonville and set up an account today.
And don't forget to download the Sherwood Bank app.
All right, going to be a 2nd down and 8 coming up. 2 wide receivers off to your right side, back off the end. Thomas switches sides with Pauly there, and a 2nd down. They're going to throw it out in the flats, complete inside the 10 to the 5. 1st and goal for Northwest here, down at the 4-yard line. We talked about giving them a little space there. Cats have started to give them a little space, and Blue Valley Northwest starting to go after it. So brings up a 1st and goal down to about the 4-yard line. Cats started slow against Blue Valley Northwest last season as well. 2 wide receivers to your left, 1 to your right. And they're going to go Thomas. Thomas loses his footing at the 5 and not going to get anywhere. Going to bring up 2nd and goal. So looking for the play. And, getting to be fall, sometimes that turf can get a little slick and that first set of dew steps in. And, here's something about Blue Valley Northwest. They didn't win a football game last season, and they're winless this year.
They're hungry.
Absolutely. So the longer they hang around or they're in this game, the more you got to feel like they're going to get more confident. Looking to throw and overthrows his target, and again, out to that right side. He is airmailing him over there. Number 7, the intended target, Witter, brings up a 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line.
And that was a good crossing pattern. The 2 wide receivers crossed, which kind of delayed our D-back getting there, probably the corner, to getting there to the
and if he throws that where he's supposed to throw it, Percival, well, and it might have been Percival the other way as well. So they got 2 wide receivers out to the far side, back off the end on the left side. And 1 wide receiver out here near side. It looks like Hood on Vance. See if they try a little fade pattern here. And now get a whistle and maybe a delay a game. That'll be a big break for the Cats on 3rd and goal from the 5.
But if sometimes when you're passing, 5 yards helps you rather than hurts you.
It can when you're in the more of the spread offense. But what I notice here is you got single coverage, a new receiver over to the near side here. He's comfortable throwing off to this left side over here. I wouldn't be surprised to maybe see a little fade in the end zone, picking on Norris Vance again. It's a good opportunity for Vance to be able to knock one down here.
Well, and you got a height difference. You can tell from up here the height difference between the offense and defense player. So
they go trips out
looks
to
like
the
they're
near
going to
side,
blitz.
and they're going to
That's
go
what they're
fade
doing.
into the end zone. Touchdown. And, you know, we called that one. We said it looks like they're going to go with a fade over here to the left side. That's where he's comfortable, and that's what he did. And it's a 6-0 Blue Valley Northwest score. And Norris Vance just, you know, nothing he could really do about that smaller corner on a bigger receiver. And what you do there when you're the receiver, Gary, you just box out like a forward in basketball, and that's what he did, and didn't allow Norris to get there and get the – that is good. Makes it 7-0. We'll take a timeout. Cats trail with 4:23 to go in the first.
Want the best deal from the best dealership? Max Motors Ford, right in Harrisonville, Missouri. We make deals the others won't. More for your trade, less for your new one. Worth the drive from anywhere. We will beat any competitor's offer on a new vehicle by $500 or give you $500 and a tank of gas. With a great selection of over 800 vehicles priced at or below dealer cost. Come see why Max Ford in Harrisonville is the easiest place to buy a car. Visit us at the corner of 71 and 291 highways or shop maxford.com. Proud to sponsor our Harrisonville Wildcats.
All right, welcome back. Kickoff is brought to you by Young's Tire and Wheel Center. Kick off those old tires to the curb and see Young's Tire and Wheel Center for new tires. We are ready here. And remember that tonight, H.T. Adams is our kick return contestant for Sonic. Cats return this kick for a touchdown or any kick in tonight's game. H.T. will win a $70 Sonic gift card. There's a high end over end kick, and the Cats are not going to be returning that one as it goes through the end zone, and the Cats will start at their own 20-yard line.
I was going to give the stats on that last drive. It was a 12-play, 80-yard drive, took 3 minutes and 15 seconds. A lot of different passes, big passes is what did it, only a few runs and stuff. But 2 or 3 big passes, which really got them down to the into the touchdown. With touchdown meaning it was a touchdown pass from Pauly to Wood.
And here's the thing about that. Couple of big pass plays on that drive. See what the Cats do to adjust on that, but start looking at you may start looking at a little more blitzing, a little more pressure. They didn't get a lot of pressure on that drive, and those cornerbacks got to be cognizant of what the offense is running out there. I mean, we were up here in the box, and I said, you got to look. They switched receivers over here. You got a tall receiver on a little receiver or on a little cornerback. They're probably going to go for a fade in the end zone. That's where he's comfortable throwing, and that's where they went. So we'll see what the Cats do here. They need a good bounce-back drive right here.
Oh, absolutely.
Nice long drive, sustain a drive, tie this thing back up, get your confidence back up if you're the Wildcats.
Yeah, because they had an 8-play drive last time, but we got stalled because of penalties and a few mistakes. So
wide receiver left, wide receiver right, Riley under center. 1st and 10 from their own 20, hand off to Reynolds. And Reynolds squirts through the line. Going to get about 7, maybe 8. And speaking of Reynolds, there's another Reynolds sitting right down here in front of us that's on the 7th grade team. And I'm going to tell you right now, that young man is going to be a special back when he gets to high school. Chance to maybe play varsity when he's a freshman with his senior brother. That would be pretty neat to see in the backfield. And another handoff to Reynolds, and he totes the rock close to a first down. Going to be about a couple of inches short. And by the time, I believe it's Nate Reynolds is the youngest. By the time he gets through with high school, people are going to say, are you done with the Reynolds? Because we had Wyatt for a year. We're going to get Jace for 4 years, and then we're going to have another 3 years of him. So the running back tree is strong in the Reynolds household. Here we go on 3rd and short. Reynolds to the outside, gets a first down, lowers his shoulder, jumps forward to about the 34-yard line. A 5-yard gain and a Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center first down. Think Troby's first. When you think Home Appliances 1st and 10 for the Cats. And we talked about it, Gary. You got to have a good drive here.
And I wish when they did that and put 7 men on the line, I wish they would have a release and just throw a dump pass out to one side or the other, because I don't know if anybody would be there to be able to stop it.
Or throw a little wheel route out to the fullback on the opposite side. So here we go. Reynolds going to get the handoff. Nowhere to go that time. And there's the problem you have, too. Keep going to the same well. That's the 10th attempt already for Jace Reynolds in this ball game. They're going to start keying on that a little bit, and they're going to start stuffing the box. So, again, you said you're going to have somebody create a catch for you. And I haven't seen Percival out there this drive either, so that's concerning if you're the Cats. Let's see if on the sideline what's going on there. And right up the middle they go. They're going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Going to be a 3rd and 10. I'm trying to look, and there goes Percival into the game. So we just talked about that. So ball at about the 34-yard line, 3rd and 10 coming up.
Who was it you compared him to the first game? I can't remember.
Julian Edelman. Wide receiver to the left, wide receiver to the right. Percival, he's over, and that was picked off. I'm sorry, but they missed. He had his hand on the back of Percival, but nevertheless, it's an interception, stepped in front of it, and pick off back the other way. It looked like that was Thomas with the interception. And it brings up a 1st and 10 for Blue Valley Northwest from their own 48-yard line. I almost said Blue Valley, and you don't probably want to do that up in those parts because there's about 17 Blue Valleys up there. We're playing Northwest. There's Blue Valley North, there's Blue Valley Northwest, Blue Valley Southwest. I run out of names because I know there's several of them. Blue Valley West. 2 wide receivers to your left, 2 to your right. Shotgun formation for Blue Valley Northwest. Pauly back there in the shotgun, and he's going to roll out pass complete on the sidelines for a first down. And a flag coming from the backside here. See what they're going to call here. And we wait for the official to come and tell us what it's about. Ineligible man downfield, so that'll negate the play for Blue Valley Northwest. And that'll push them back. That'll be a 5, I believe, is that a 5 or a 10-yard, 5-yard penalty? That'll push them back to their own 42-yard line. So it'll be a 1st and 15. 3 wide receivers set out here to the near side. Vance Carruthers and Beavers out here to the near side on coverage. Wide receiver all alone on the right side. Pauly looks over, and he's got Kaufman with him in the backfield on a 1st and 15. Catch, show, and blitz going to back off here now. And they're going to bring the heat right up the middle. And a completed pass at midfield, quickly wrapped up and taken down. Witter with the catch. Bring up a 2nd down and about 7 at the 48-yard line. And what I noticed so far is the sophomore getting comfortable in the pocket. You don't want to see that. You got to start trying to put a little bit more pressure on him. 2nd down and 7 coming up for Blue Valley Northwest. 3 wide receivers, 2 to your left, 1 to your right. Shotgun formation. Pauly looking to throw out in the flats and completes it. 1st down inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. And I said in the Jamboree this year, Gary, I said if there was one thing that may be a struggle for the Cats this year was what they did with their pass defense, and it's rearing its head early in this game. 50 seconds to go, first quarter. Blue Valley Northwest with a 7-0 lead and the ball, and they throw it out in the flats again inside the 30 to the 20 to the 10, and wrapped up and taken out of bounds by Jacob Poisel inside the 10 at the 8. And it's going to be a 1st and goal after Witter completed catch of a pass and a little screen dump out. So 1st and goal down to the 8-yard line with 40 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 2 wide receivers, 2 to your left, 1 to your right. And here we go. Try to get it to Thomas. He gets it inside the 5, or right before the 5. Going to gain a couple. Going to bring up a 2nd down. And you're seeing, Gary, what happens with a good pass offense. It opens up holes for the run offense as well. Cats are on their heels, and even no gains are becoming a couple yards. So here we go on 2nd down and goal from about the 6. Looks like Blue Valley Northwest going to let it roll. We'll take a timeout. 1 quarter in the books. Cats down 7-0. Blue Valley Northwest knocking on the door again. We'll be right back.
Atkinson Funeral Home and Cremation Services have been serving families in the area since 1929. The Atkinsons take great pride in being members of the community. They will soon graduate a 4th-generation Wildcat, and with this kind of commitment to Harrisonville, you know Atkinson Funeral Home will be there for you. As always, they are proud supporters of the Harrisonville Wildcats.
Hello and welcome back to Harrisonville. Flip-flop sides, and we go all the way down to the 6-yard line. Going from left to right will be Blue Valley Northwest, or from north to south. They got the ball inside the 7, not quite to the 6-yard line, and it'll be 2nd down and goal. Cats need a stand here. Obviously, Blue Valley Northwest has a kicker as he booted it through the end zone. So right here, you need to get a turnover or try to get a field goal opportunity for Blue Valley Northwest. 3 wide receivers out to the far side. He's going to throw a fade, overthrows his target, incomplete, out of the end zone, and it brings up a 3rd down and goal. That's twice now they've put him all alone on his other side, and again, where are they throwing to? The left side where he's comfortable. That's something they need to key on, looking at breaking things down. And they may go right back to it again because, again, they've got the mismatch here as Hood has about 9 inches on Percival on the near side.
The way he's standing up, I think he was going to go a slant.
So now the Cats bring pressure over the middle, and I'm not sure what happened there. I thought the Cats picked off the ball. Still no signal, and now there's a signal. Cats with the interception.
48.
Hagen Stevenson with the interception of the Wildcats, for the Wildcats. I believe that was right. And Stevenson with the interception. They chucked it over the middle. What did I say, Gary? They needed a turnover or to force a field goal attempt, and they got what they needed. Now you got to answer offensively. So 11:47 to go. Here in the first half of play. 2 wide receivers set off to the left side. And here we go. Riley going to hand it off for Reynolds. Reynolds tries to get to the outside, gets it past the 5 to about the 6, and is hammered by a pack of Huskies. Takes it up to about the 7-yard line. Going to bring up a 2nd down and about 7. So ball up to the 7. 2 wide receivers set out to the right side this time with that I formation in the backfield. And again, they're going to hand the rock to Reynolds, and Reynolds busts through the 10 to about the 13, 14-yard line. Looks like he's going to have it up for a first down. We'll see if they move the chains. And the chains will move, and that'll be a Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center first down. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances. Flip-flop side for your receivers. Now to the left side, Percival and Cecil out here to the near side. I formation in the backfield, Pesic and Reynolds. Under center is Riley. On a 1st and 10 for the Cats. They're looking to throw, and again knocked down at the line of scrimmage.
They're getting too much penetration right up. If he's gonna pass, he's gonna need to either drop back a little bit farther or go one side or the other.
Looked like Varnell got his paw up there.
Yeah, the nose guard. I mean, he's just making.
Danny Robinson actually 72 with the block on the deflection there. So 2nd and 10 now for the Cats at about the 13. They're going to go Reynolds, and Reynolds busts through.
He's gone.
He gone.
He
to
gone.
the 40, to the 50, to the house. 86 yards on the touchdown run. Jace Reynolds. That reminded me so much of Morgan Salamai a couple of years ago. Through the hole quickly, and he gone.
He gone, and he just broke 100 yards, but most of it was on that one, but he's been a workhorse. He's got now 14 carries, 138 yards.
That'll help your average.
That it will.
So that touchdown brought to you by our friends at Young's Auto Repair. Allow them to give that right touch to your car when it needs fixed. And we await. Cat's going to go for 2 here, as I believe they're out of options at kicker. We'll talk about that a little bit more. And Riley going to throw, and tipped, incomplete, and it'll stay a 7-6 ball game on that extra point attempt. And we will take a timeout, and we'll be right back after this.
It's happened to all of us. We buy new tires and a week later we run over a nail. Good news, buy your tire at Young's Tire and Wheel Center and you get free flat repair for the life of your tires. Have a bad tire and need a replacement but you don't want to break the bank? Young's can help you with that as well, with a huge assortment of quality used tires. So when the time comes for new tires or a replacement, go to the shop that Harrisonville trusts on South Commercial, a stone's throw from Forged by Fire.
When Forties needs tires, they call Young's. Yes.
Atkinson Funeral Home and Cremation Services have been serving families in the area since 1929. The Atkinsons take great pride in being members of the community.
Young's Tire and Wheel Center for some new tires. Remember, if the Cats return a kickoff in this contest as well, you will HT Adams will win a $70 gift card. Obviously, that doesn't come into play for Blue Valley Northwest, but just wanted to say that as well.
Looks like River is going to be the kicker. No.
That is Lane Curtis, the
freshman.
It's like just kick it inbounds down the middle. That's what is not going to happen. But, hey, you only lose 5 yards there because it went out of bounds at the 30. So ball at the 35-yard line. And, you know, honestly, that's not that bad. It's about a 15-yard penalty.
Well, go back to 2013 when we kicked it deep to Raytown South, and what happened? We had just went ahead, and they ran it back about 85 yards for a touchdown, all within about 10 seconds of each other. So, no, that is not a bad option.
Do you need great insurance coverage like that kick coverage? Call Brad Sainer at Farmers Insurance for a quote today. Farmers, they've been there, covered that.
Don't you want to read the next one, too? That's for another story, guys.
All right, here we go. Wide receivers all over the place out there. 2 to the left, 2 to the right for Blue Valley Northwest. Thomas in the backfield alongside Pauly. Blue Valley Northwest is on top, 7-6. Cats answer with an 86-yard Jace Reynolds touchdown. Now Blue Valley Northwest is going to come after the Cats here. Percival goes up and incomplete.
Good coverage.
Had it there, just couldn't quite come up with it. Hood comes down gingerly. So it falls incomplete. Hood going to come off, probably knock the wind out of him there. May have landed right on the football. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 10 for Blue Valley Northwest. They're going to go trips out to your left side. Single receiver to the right. Whistle and a timeout called
by Harrisonville.
And you know what? I want to know if they didn't see something there. They went back to that trips, and you had the single receiver over here. I wonder if Coach Shanker said, okay, they've done this 3 times now. Look for single coverage over here. Crowley, come over and give me some safety help and see if we can't make another pick here.
Yeah, they're going to have to start helping because they're spreading us out, but they're going to have to go to where, I'm not going to say where the weakness is, but where the weak coverage is. When you say that you've got 3 and 1, you're going to probably want to have some help on the backside.
So we will see here, 10:24 to go in the first half. Cats trail 7-6, but got right back in the game. Looked like Blue Valley Northwest was destined to go up 14-0. They got the turnover they needed, turned it into 6 points on an 86-yard touchdown run by Jace Reynolds, and now we go back the other way.
Yeah, that was a 4-play, 97-yard drive. Didn't take very long either.
So 3 wide receivers out to the far side. And they're going to go handoff up the middle off the fake. And nowhere to go for Pauly as he was stood up. But you know what? That's a good play call. It's keeping Harrisonville honest there. And now, again, you kind of get Harrisonville on their toes a little bit, like, are they going to pass or are they going to run? They've done a good job of mixing it up early.
But I will say, I don't think he likes to run very much.
Yeah, he did. He hit contact, and he says, okay, let's play another day here. So 3 wide receivers again out to the left side, 1 to the right. Thomas with Pauly in the backfield on 3rd down and 9. Big 3rd down coming up for the Cats. And again, they're going to look out to the far side and pick on Vance, and a 1st down up towards midfield. And Coach was riding Colin Carruthers right there, and I think that might have been something they talked about. He said, you got to help out over here. So midfield, 1st down for Blue Valley Northwest. Cats had a chance to get off the field, and instead Blue Valley Northwest moves the chains with 9:39 to go here in the first half and a 7-6 ball game. 3 wide receivers set to your left, 1 to your right. Shotgun formation. They're going to hand off to Thomas. Thomas cuts back to the near side, and he's going to go to the 40, and he's going to run out of bounds at the 40-yard line after a gain of 10. So a gain of about 11. Let's see where they mark it. No, they mark it right at the stick. So a 10-yard gain.
Ball moved to the Harrisonville 40-yard line here on the near side.
So we will move.
First down marker.
Well, they will say it'll be a 1st down. So a 1st and 10 it goes. 3 wide receivers set.
First and 10.
And again to Thomas. Thomas cuts back in the middle, and up the middle he goes inside the 30 to the 25-yard line.
Thomas the ball here. He'll take it inside the 25-yard line to about the 22.
So to the 24 is where they're going to mark it, I believe. So 9:25 to go, and again another good drive here. Blue Valley Northwest has Harrisonville defense sitting on its on its heels, not knowing what's coming next play. 2 wide receivers to your left, 2 to your right. Shotgun formation. Pauly has Thomas with him in the backfield on a 1st and 10 inside Cat territory at the Wildcat 24-yard line. Here we go on a 1st and 10. Over the middle they go, and complete. No, incomplete. Did fall. So we'll bring it.
And can I say something? Friday the 13th, full moon.
Who knows what's going to happen in this football game?
Beautiful moon. I don't know if she can give us a picture of it. We'll get a picture of it here in a little bit. It's
coming up quickly. 2 wide receivers to your left, 2 to your right. Shotgun with Pauly, and he has Thomas in the backfield on a 2nd down and 10. And they're going to throw it out in the flats this time, behind the line of scrimmage and back to the line of scrimmage. Witter gets and makes it a 3rd and 10.
Brings up 3rd down on the stop. Number 15, Sean Carruthers, the junior defensive back.
So it brings up a 3rd and 10. So the Cats defense tightening up here, and it brings up a 3rd and 10. And again, 3 wide receivers set to the right side, or to the right side, 1 to the left. That's the side he likes to throw to. Let's see if he wants to go back to that side this time.
And that's one of his favorite targets, Wood. So
here we go on 3rd and 10. They're going to go into flats.
It picked off again.
Right there, Norris Vance with the interception. Coach Shanker dances down the sideline. Hey, guess what? Keep picking on the sophomore. He's going to burn you, and he did it right there. And he's taking that football to the sideline with him. He says, I'm not giving this one back.
Number 32, Cooper Kelly, the sophomore.
So good job right there by Norris Vance.
33, excuse me. That's Norris Vance. Pass intended for number 15, Jake Dolish. Catch ball on the turnover.
So the Cats have gotten 2 huge turnovers when Blue Valley Northwest was knocking on the door. Let's see if the Cats can answer here. You know, me and Gary said, you know, maybe this time is where you go for a little toss over the middle here, fake that handoff, keep them honest, and chuck it over the top. Because they're stacking the box, everybody within a yard or two, and nowhere to go.
Yeah, and it's
Reynolds.
obvious, but you've only got so many people to block, and so somebody's going to come free.
Well, there is nobody within about 15 yards of Andrew Cecil on the near side. So 2nd down coming up. Cat's going to go quick here, no huddle. Percival to the far side, Cecil to the near side. Under center is Riley. And Riley looks to throw quickly to Percival. Percival spins out of a tackle and then quickly there to help wrap him up on the far side. Thomas and a couple others brings up a 3rd down and about 7 or 8. They're going to call it 8 for the Cats up to the 17-yard line. Going to go with 2 wide receivers to the near side now. So 2 wide receivers to your left side. Under center they go with Reynolds. They're going to hand off to Reynolds. And Reynolds looks and tries to fight through traffic. Not going to quite get to a 1st down. He's going to be about a yard short. And the Cats are going to have to kick here. So 6:56 to go here in the first half. Going to be a 4th and about a yard.
So it's 4th down and a yard. Ball between the seams.
And the Cats going to show that they want to go for it here maybe. And they are going to go for it, it looks like. Gutsy call early. I like it, though. See if maybe draw them off sides here and then call a timeout. Almost had him right there on the first bark. And now we're going to have a whistle and a timeout called on 4th down and 1. So we got a timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. You're watching high school football on 4Ts streaming through YouTube. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Cameron Chenoweth with American Family Insurance.
And as I was saying before I was cut off, I'm Lacey Dominick with Shelter Insurance. As you can see, we're both competitors off the field. However, since we're Harrisonville alums, we both still love the Wildcats and this community.
So if you are looking for hometown insurance from your hometown agent, give me a call, Cameron.
No, give me a call at 816-380-2700 for a Shelter Insurance quote today.
Or for the best quote, give me a call at 816-380-3996 for an American Family quote. We know you have options, so we want to team up to give you the best options in insurance.
All right, and Riley going to punt it away. Good high end-over-end punt by River.
Oh, great bounce.
Gets a great bounce. That's going to roll all the way dead at the 20-yard line.
Almost a 60-yard punt.
So 50-plus yards there. 58, I believe, on the punt by River Riley. And, you know, those end-over-end kicks, you're going to get 1 or 2 bounces. It's either going to go right back at you or back the other way. Cats have been the beneficiary of a couple of turnovers in the first half. Need to get a stop here before halftime. Remember, they will get the ball going into the second half. So you get a short drive here, Cats could answer with a drive and a touchdown. They would get the ball back at halftime with the lead. But that's a lot to go here with 6:18 still to go in the first half.
Well, and the drives that Blue Valley had was the punt. First was a three and out with a punt, then a TD with a nice drive. And they've had some good drives, but it's ended in interceptions down in the red zone, in the Cats' red zone, so which has been really good for the Cats. They've buckled down a little bit and gotten some turnovers. We need to see another stop here. It'd be great to see a quick stop and then be able to have a drive into the end zone and then get the ball back, and that way you're ahead, plus you're going to get the ball back.
Well, and the crazy, still 6 minutes to go in this first half. It seems like it's been a long first half, but a lot more passing tonight. You get those long halves, as well as the fact that we started 10 minutes later than normal.
Right.
But we don't have a 4-hour halftime, so that's a positive as well.
That is true.
So 1st and 10 for Blue Valley Northwest. Pauly and company back in there. It looks like Pauly with Kaufman in the backfield with him. 2 wide receivers out to his left, 2 to his right. On 1st and 10 from their own 20. Going left to right here in the second quarter. Blue Valley Northwest, and they're all white tops, white bottoms, white helmet with those purple sleeves. Going from left to right. Here we go on 1st and 10, and they're going to hand off for Kaufman. He gets a little bit of a seam, and then it is shut down quickly. Hard running by Kaufman. But the Cats wrap him up and take him down after a gain of about 4. Going to bring up 2nd down and 6. It's been a serviceable running game for Blue Valley Northwest to maintain the passing game. So again, they're going to go 2 to the left, 2 to the right, shotgun formation. They always take a look downfield and then they change up direction. Kaufman goes from the left to the right side of Pauly in the backfield. And here we go on 2nd down. Now Pauly looking to throw. He tucks it, gets it to the 25 and out of bounds at about the 28, 29 yard line. We'll see where they mark it. Close to a first down. And that'll be enough for a first down for Blue Valley Northwest. So they're going to go trips now to that left side. 1 receiver to the right. Shotgun formation, Kaufman and Pauly in the backfield. Kaufman to the right side of Pauly. So 5:27 to go first half. Blue Valley Northwest with a 7-6 lead, trying to tack on before half. Little stutter step go, and they've got their man down the field. Caught all the way down to about the 38. Ronaldo. And Coach Schenker coaching down the sidelines. I like to see that. He gave that stutter step and go, and Norris Vance bit on it hard. It'll be a 1st and 10 down to the 39-yard line of the Wildcats with 5:13 to go in the first half. 3-2. Now they hand off for Kaufman, and Kaufman gets back to the line of scrimmage. Going to fall forward and maybe get a yard out of it. Going to bring up 2nd and long with under 5 to go now in the first half. And, you know, the Cats just cut out these big pass plays they're giving up. They would be doing well defensively, but they've had 3 or 4 over 20 yards in this first half. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Pauly in the backfield. He has Kaufman to his right side. Ronaldo and Dolish out to the near side for Blue Valley Northwest. And here we go on down 2, and Cats were not fooled there. Coming off the end, wrapping up quickly. Trevor Campbell read that one all the way off the end, and it brings up 3rd down and long at about the 38-yard line for Blue Valley Northwest. You got to figure Blue Valley Northwest, though, they're in 4-down territory here, and they can get chunks of yardage quickly, so you got to get a good play on 3rd down here. Pauly in the shotgun, Kaufman to his right, Dolish and Ronaldo to the near side, Witter and Hood out to the far side. And here we go on a 3rd down, a little hook route, and they're going to run into the middle of the field. Cats quickly collapse on Hood, and it's going to bring up 4th and about 5. So Markel Hood with the reception, but it brings up a 4th and 5 for Blue Valley Northwest.
Officials spotted the ball at the 34-yard line. Action on the far
3.5 to go in the first half, and they're going to go trips now out to the right side. Kaufman now to the left side of Pauly in the backfield. See if they go with another throw to that far side on a stutter step. If they get him to go on this one, they go over the middle instead, and Witter has a first down and a first and goal inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. So down to about the 8-yard line.
First and goal to go.
Sophomore quarterback making some good decisions in this ball game and changing up his receivers. Right there, he goes over the middle, finds his target. I don't think Witter was the primary on that one, but it's first and goal for Blue Valley Northwest. At the same time, he's made a couple of sophomore mistakes throwing into traffic and had a couple of interceptions. This time they're going to hand off for Thomas. He gets back to about the 6. Going to gain a yard maybe. So they're going to move him from the 9 to about the 7. Going to bring up second and goal with 2:30 to go. And Blue Valley Northwest in no hurry here, knowing they don't get the ball after halftime. They would like to squash this down as less time as they could for Harrisonville here and score a touchdown. Second and goal.
And Harrisonville's out of timeout, so they can't stop the clock either. So
now Blue Valley Northwest rolls it all the way down to about 2:05 and calls a timeout. And talk about it, we'll take a timeout as well. You're watching high school football on 4Ts on YouTube.
Hi, I'm Lacey Dom.
Hi, I'm Cameron Chenoweth with American Family Insurance.
And as I was saying before I was cut off, I'm Lacey Dominick with Shelter Insurance. As you can see, we're both competitors off the field. However, since we're Harrisonville alums, we both still love the Wildcats and this community.
So if you are looking for hometown insurance from your hometown agent, give me a call, Cameron.
No, give me a call at 816-380-2700 for a shelter insurance quote today.
Or for the best quote, give me a call at 816-380-3996 for an American Family quote. We know you have options, so we want to team up to give you the best options in insurance.
All right, welcome back. It'll be a second and goal when we get back to action. 2:05 to go, first half of this one. Cats trail 7-6. They're scoring an 86-yard touchdown by Jace Reynolds, and Hood with a touchdown catch for Blue Valley Northwest. So the Cats get out there on defense here. Two wide receivers flanked out to the right side. They got to back off the end. You got to watch Witter maybe over the middle here. He kind of sneaks into that middle to try to find some room on second and goal. And now they're going to go fade route, and that's going to be offensive pass interference all day long. He had his hands extended. If you call it defensive, I'll be interested to see. So it's second and goal. He had those arms extended. I think they're going to say offensive, but we could be wrong. Call holding. Instead, they call a hold on the Wildcats. And that'll be a first down, I believe.
should be.
Well, I don't know at the high school level, though. I don't think that is. So we'll see. Nevertheless, it goes inside the 5 to about the 3.5-yard line, and we'll replay. See if I can see a signal. I guess we replay second down here. See if they go handoff here now to Thomas.
Second and goal to go.
Remember that back's gone off the end. He snuck over to the, that's Kaufman that snuck over to the left end. Now they're going to go in motion, little wheel route to the running back, and Thomas is going to get in for 6. Makes it 13-6 with 1:57 to go here in the first half of this one.
Conversion coming up.
So they go a little wheel route, screen pass out of the backfield to the running back, and he is able to dive in for 6 and make it 13-6. Extra point coming up from Coble. So we wait the extra point. Kick is up. almost blocked, but through. And we'll take a timeout. 14-6 your score.
It's happened to all of us. We buy new tires and a week later we run over a nail. Good news, buy your tire at Young's Tire and Wheel Center and you get free flat repair for the life of your tires. Have a bad tire and need a replacement but you don't want to break the bank? Young's can help you with that as well, with a huge assortment of quality used tires. So when the time comes for new tires or a replacement, go to the shop that Harrisonville trusts on South Commercial, a stone's throw from Forged by Fire.
When 14 needs tires, they call Young's. Yes.
All right, welcome back. 1:57 to go in this first half. Cats down to 14-6. Need some sparks before halftime. You don't want a big turnover here deep in your own territory, Gary, knowing you're going to get the ball back at halftime as well.
Correct. Just depends on the return that you get. What kind of field position you get depends on what you're going to do in the last minute, 57 seconds. You have no timeouts. You get the clock does stop on first downs, though.
And a high end over end kick. Looks like Cat's going to take it from their own 5 to the 15 to the 20.
If he can get to the outside.
He got to the 25, up to the 28-yard line. I believe that was Percival on the return. No, that was Polk with the return up to the 28-yard line.
On the special teams tackle to be number 32, Drew Winalo.
So it'll be Cats ball with 1:50 to go.
Once again, the junior brings his squad out to the line. From the 28, here the near side.
Ball at the 28-yard line. Wide receiver to your left, wide receiver to right. Under center is Riley. He's got his running backs in the backfield, Pesic and Reynolds. And they're going to give it to Reynolds, and he cuts back. He's got some running room to the 40, to the 45 as he's tripped up. Almost broke another one there, and that'll put him out to the 45, and the Cats will go quick here with 1:43 as it'll stop to reset those chains. So Riley looks to the near side, looking for his call. Percival Cecil out to the right side. Riley under center. He's got Pesic and Reynolds in the backfield. And this time they fake to Reynolds. They look out in the flats. He had his guy on the flats, and then hammered from behind is River Riley. He had Pesic out of the backfield right there, wide open. Missed Pesic, and instead it's a sack. And that pushes him back to the 40. Not what you want with about 1:15 to go in the first half.
No, I know what he was trying to do, but sometimes you got to check down and get the yardage and get it because Pesic could have gotten out of bounds, could have gotten probably a first down and out of bounds. But that's going to come with experience.
And this time Reynolds again busts into the secondary, stays on his feet up close to midfield. He's got a 9-yard gain, but the clock is ticking here, and it'll be a third down and about 6 for the Cats. They're going to have to hurry here. Up to the line of scrimmage they go. Percival to the far side, Cecil to the near side. And here we go on third down. They're going to hand to Reynolds. And Reynolds being patient again, finds his blockers, gets the first down. That'll stop the clock. Now you got to get up and clock it quick. If you're the Cats, go and try to clock this, try to spike it, and get a couple more plays out of this. And the clock is rolling here with 15. They've burned all those timeouts, and now the Cats in trouble here. And Riley looking to throw. He's just going to chuck this one deep. Jump ball out of bounds. Incomplete. Makes it second down and 10.
Second down and 10. 6.6 seconds left to play in this first half. On the coverage, number 8, Easton White, the senior defensive back for Blue Valley Northwest. So the Bigs
I almost would look at putting a couple receivers to your near side, Gary. Go in tight on the backside and roll Reynolds out of the backfield on the right side as you're looking left and toss back to Reynolds in open field. Or maybe go the opposite way on that. And here we go. And again, Riley is knocked down, helmet flies, and that'll end the first half. We'll take a timeout. It is halftime. Cats trail by 8.
What do you look for when you're buying a used vehicle? How about honesty and integrity, along with a reliable vehicle? That's why you should turn to Steve Holland at Holland Auto Sales. Selling reliable vehicles in Harrisonville for 35 years means Holland's will be around when it's time to buy. At Holland's, you get more than a nice vehicle. You get a friend in the car business.
The where the grammars go, Hans Auto Sales, and ask for Steve.
What do you look for when you're buying a used vehicle? How about honesty and integrity, along with a reliable vehicle? That's why you should turn to Steve Holland at Holland Auto Sales. Selling reliable vehicles in Harrisonville for 35 years means Holland's will be around when it's time to buy. At Holland's, you get more than a nice vehicle. You get a friend in the car business.
The where the grammars go, Hans Auto Sales, and ask for Steve.
Insurance doesn't have to be a bad word, especially when all the insurance you need is under one roof. Auto, commercial, life, health, farm, or crop insurance, they have you covered. With a lineup like that, they are sure to be the team covered. So instead of dreading a call to get an insurance quote, call the team that will line up with the best of them. The team at Stafford & Stafford Insurance, located on Commercial across from Holland's Auto Sales. Insurance doesn't have to be a bad word, especially when
Scariest things to do is to take your car to a mechanic. No reason to be scared when you have the best mechanics around right here in Harrisonville. Colby and the crew at Colby's Car Clinic are all ASE certified mechanics with the latest equipment to keep your vehicle running smoothly year in and year out. So don't be scared. Go to Colby's Car Clinic and take the fear out of getting your car fixed. Give Colby a call at 816-380-3000 or go see them in the big blue building behind O'Reilly's. There is only one place in Harrisonville that you can see every Wildcat game, home or away, on the big screen. That's at Forged by Fire. If you're unable to make the journey to the game, stop in and watch the game with fellow Wildcat fans. Check them out every other night as well during the week with nightly specials and a full menu that is sure to make your mouth water. Forged by Fire is Harrisonville's premier restaurant. And remember, it's your Friday night Wildcat headquarters before, during, and after the game.
What is greater than one? Two! That's right, now Show Me Auto Mall has two locations to serve you, one in Harrisonville and the north location in Belton. Chances are, that means the quality of used vehicle you are searching for is going to be at one of their two locations. With several financing options available, Show Me Auto Mall will get you in the vehicle you want without breaking the bank. So when it's time to trade that vehicle in, go see the gang at Show Me Auto Mall and let them show you the Show Me difference.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It is halftime in Harrisonville. The Cats trail 14-6 at half over Blue Valley Northwest. They trailed at the half last year against Blue Valley Northwest. Came out as a different team in the second half last year. I believe they trailed at the half. Gary's going to check my stats for me, or my
12-6.
Oh, so it's 12-6 in the. It was 12-6 last year at half. 14-6 this year at half. Halftime show brought to you by Suzy Q's Driving and Peculiar. There's nothing half about your portions. Go grab a basket of Suzy Q's and the tenderloin today. And you know, Cats, they did some good stuff in the first half, but they have got to find a passing game in the second half. Jason Reynolds was the workhorse in that first half of the ball game. Just looking down at the 19 or
1 for 5. Well, our pass is one for 5 for 3 yards. I mean, virtually no pass whatsoever. The last 2, he was trying to set up to throw deep because trying to get it deep didn't ever get the balls off. But we're going to have to come up with something, because if not, all we're going to be doing is running between the tackles, and it's going to be difficult for you to be able to do anything there.
And that goes on the offensive line. This is a group that's been together for quite a while. Like they played together most of the last year as well. They should have their communication down on the line of scrimmage, and they haven't done a great job of protecting Riley tonight. And they also haven't, they've gave a couple of holes, but there's been 3 or 4 or 5 times that Reynolds was dead to rights right after the handoff.
But part of that was, I contribute to the defense. I mean, when you got 5 guys blocking and you got 7 guys rushing, there's going to be 2 holes that are going to be open. And I think some of those times that somebody came through was whenever, you were outnumbered as far as on the line. And plus, I know that they have been changing some things as far as the line blocks and stuff like that. So they're trying to get into that. But we're going to have to do something, because if you go one-dimensional, we know what one-dimensional does. I mean, it just makes it difficult to really do anything. When you had the option, which Riley is not an option quarterback, and when you had the option, you could do more runs. You could have 90-20 and sometimes be successful. Look at Webb City. I mean, they run 90-95% of the time, but it's the option, and it's a little bit different than the offense that we're running out. We're kind of a spread and trying to run.
And maybe it'll have to be something, like I mentioned towards the end of that first half, is a little backdoor screen out of the backfield to Reynolds. You get him out in space by himself. We've seen what he can do. So you load it off on the other side. Let's say you load left side, and then on the back door you go with a little floater out there. They're not keying on him out there. Just let him kind of be the safety valve and squirt out of the backfield unnoticed, and Riley can quick spin it and almost flip it out to him, kind of like a shovel pass, and then let him see what he can do, just to keep that defense honest.
Yeah, you got to do something to keep them honest. If not, if you go one-dimensional, it's over with. I mean, I kind of say over with, but it's very difficult.
Well, we will see what happens. We've got some halftime stats getting ready to come your way. Gary's got those. Our halftime stats brought to you by Uptown Event Space, a big space at half the cost with paved parking, now booking for the holidays in 2020. Gary, what do you got for me?
Well, Reynolds is 19 carries, 176 yards. Now, granted, 86 of that 176 came on one play, but he has been the workhorse. I mean, he is the offense. We have a total of 174 total offensive yards, and he's got 176. So that's never a good sign whenever one person is everything. We've had 5 series, a punt, interception, a touchdown, a punt, and then that last ended in the half. It was a fumble, but it was trying to make a play, so into the half. So we've got 174 yards, 11 and a half minutes of time of possession, compared to Blue Valley, who's got 248 total yards. They got 45 yards rushing, 203 yards passing, and their possessions are punt, touchdown, interception, and touchdown, with 12 minutes and 30 seconds in possession. Our scoring was just the one touchdown. Reynolds, an 86-yard touchdown run, going right to left or south to north to the end zone with 10 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second quarter. Blue Valley scoring 2 4-yard touchdown passes from Pauly, one to Hood and one to Thomas. The first one was with 4:23 left in the first, and the second one was 1:57 left in the second, to bring our score to 14-6.
And, one of the things I was just looking at here as we go across the receiving, we talked about big plays. Right here, you got a 31-yard, a 26-yard, a 44-yard, a 31-yard pass completion. That's your difference in the ball game.
Oh, yeah.
So they're going to have to change up a little bit defensively. We talked about the help side. They got to also look at the scenario they got out on the field and know every time they flipped and put Hood all alone by himself, they threw to him.
Right.
So they've got to be able to notice that the players on the field, I mean, the coaches can jump up and down and dance all they want, but the players on the field got to notice that as well and they have to have that visual and see that. They got to have that football IQ and know they're probably coming my way.
So slide somebody that way or cheat somebody that way. So when the play starts, that way you're going to have possibly double coverage.
Or you can disguise it too with a Crowley and see that they're doing that, and maybe fade yourself back a couple of yards off the line of scrimmage, and wait and cut and try to cut in front of and get. That's how pick sixes happen too. You start going to the well too many times. Your players figure out. That's why you see guys in the NFL getting that. They see those tendencies and they go with it. We'll see if the Cats can do some of that in the second half.
Yes,
so
hopefully.
We'll take a timeout. We're going to take an extended timeout here. We've got about 15 minutes or so before we get to second half action. We'll take an extended timeout. We'll be back with Soccer Seconds and more. Your halftime show brought to you by Suzy Q in just a few minutes.
You need multiple things for a project at home, but don't want to go all over the city to find it? You need to go see Tom and Lonnie Cook at the 38,000 square foot Trade Fair Mall. Over 200 booths with Amish-made jelly, new and used furniture, antiques, toys, and a little bit of everything you can think of. Harrisonville's Trade Fair Mall can be your one stop for everything. Whether it's your first time to Harrisonville or you have been here for years, the Trade Fair is definitely a see it to believe it type of place, right across the street from Sutherland's.
What is one of your most precious commodities these days? Time. With kids' events, family events, and everything in between, time is precious. So why drive hours and spend an entire day to save $20? Shop local and find your home appliances right in Harrisonville at Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center. They deliver and can service any issues that can arise. By doing that, you're putting money right back into the community. So stop wasting family time and go see the staff that treats you like their family at Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center on Plaza Drive, right behind Hawthorne Bank.
Well, it's football season, so that means cold weather is not far behind. It's time to drive on over to Young's Auto Repair to get your car ready for the winter. Flush the radiator, get an oil change, and make sure the heater is ready to keep your family comfortable all winter long. If something else may ail your car, bring it in. Let Young's diagnose the problem, get you back on the road. Young's Auto, across the road from Young's Tire on South Commercial Street.
Everyone needs a kickstart at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So go see the team at Sonic of Harrisonville to kick away those afternoon blues with an ice-cold soda full of caffeine to kickstart that energy. The best part, 2 to 4 p.m. is happy hour, so you can kick away the cobwebs for half price. And while you're at it, don't forget to grab an afternoon snack with some cheesy bites or jalapeno poppers. Also, go to the4ts.com and sign up for the Wildcat Kick Contest. So kick away those afternoon blues and get to Sonic today.
Event spaces come in all shapes and sizes. Finding the one that is just right can be a hassle. Not anymore. The Dickey Cottage is perfect for those extra large family gatherings, birthday parties, baby showers, and more. With a large kitchen to use, a giant dining room for everyone, and a living room area with a big screen, there is sure to be room for everyone to relax and feel right at home. So the next time you need a venue that is just right, call Sonia at 816-925-0588 and book your date today. The Dickey Cottage, the venue place. Everybody loves the old-fashioned drive-in. Well, guess what? Suzy Q's has opened up in the Old Peculiar Drive-In location, across from the Frog Barn and Peculiar. Go in, get the signature Suzy Q, you know, the one that's so big they barely fit in the basket. While you're at it, at the Tenderloin. So next time you think, man, I wish I had an old drive-in, remember, there's one 5 minutes up I-49 in Peculiar at Suzy Q's.
At Farmers, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a swing set standoff. And we covered it. July 1st, 2015. Talk to Farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
When it comes to your vehicle's maintenance, we know you have plenty of options. Sometimes so many options can make it hard to find an honest, reliable automotive shop. That is where Quality Auto Service and Repair comes in, with a commitment to providing customers with honest, quality service at reasonable prices. Our technology and expertise provide you with the best car care imaginable. We take pride in diagnosing your vehicle correctly and getting you back on the road quickly. We are family owned and operated since 1995. For an appointment, call 816-380-7267. Quality Auto Service and Repair, building relationships through automotive service. It's who the Davidsons trust for auto repair.
Does your lawn need some TLC? Owned and operated by 3 generations of Wildcats, Held's Turf Farm is your local stop for sod and topsoil since 1971. Whether you need 1 roll of sod, 1 scoop of dirt, or a whole truckload, we have you covered. A new home in your future? Give us a call at 816-540-2020 and set up a quote for new sod installation. Held's Turf Farm is located between Harrisonville and Pleasant Hill and is open 8 to 5 weekdays and 8 to noon on Saturdays.
We've all been there before, needed to deposit a check in our account but nowhere near our bank. That's where Hawthorne's Bank's mobile banking comes in. Simply open your mobile banking app, take a picture of the check, and presto, the check's been deposited. Hawthorne Bank has the big bank convenience with small town roots. So if you want a friendly, quick, and convenient service in a hometown bank, go see our friends at Hawthorne Bank next to Troby's on Plaza Drive.
Every team has the same characteristics, including having each other's back. That's the motto the team at Schroeder Chiropractic lives by. With 2 chiropractors, 3 therapists, and an amazing office staff, they got your back. They will take care of your aches and pains and have you feeling like new in a warm, family-friendly environment. Schroeder Chiropractic has the community's back as well, being actively involved in Bright Futures and Harrisonville youth sports. Whether it's aches and pains or getting involved in the community, Schroeder Chiropractic has your back.
This is Gary Davidson, and if you're looking for an honest, reliable heating and cooling company, look to where I look, Sherwood Heating and Cooling. Owner David Vogt has 25 years of industry experience and has been in business the last 10 years in Garden City. They're a Carrier equipment dealer and can provide ductwork, design communicating equipment, and thermostats for new homes. Not to mention servicing all makes and models of furnaces and air conditioners in the Bates, Cass, and Henry County area. Whether you're looking to upgrade to a more efficient equipment like me or need something repaired, give Sherwood Heating and Cooling a call at 816-862-6610.
There is no better way to get in touch with other business owners and potential clients than joining the Harrisonville Area Chamber of Commerce. Come to monthly networking events and grow your business and make new friends. The Chamber is booking now for booths at the Log Cabin Festival October 4th and 5th. So give Bing and the staff a call today and get signed up for all the fun. 816-380-5271.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the halftime show brought to you by Suzy Q Drive-In. There's nothing half about your portions at Suzy Q. Go grab a basket of their big Suzy Q's and a tenderloin today. As we're back at half, we got about 3 minutes before we get to second half action. It's time for some soccer seconds brought to you by Schroeder Chiropractic. This week's soccer review, they got your back. Cats went 2-0 this week. On the schedule, they beat Warrensburg 3-1 and Excelsior Springs 2-1. They are now 3-1-1 overall and 2-0 in the MRVC. So they set atop the standings in the MRVC. Coach Coleman, we talked about it a little bit ago on the broadcast today at the parade. That's that thing that they did.
Goes round and round.
At the parade, we talked about how he's built a soccer program here. 3-1-1, top of the MRVC. They've won several conference titles. They've been to the state Final Four, so he's done a great job. And, you know, Gary, we'll just see what adjustments can be made here for this second half. We got a couple of minutes before we get to second half action. I would imagine they're going to put 3 minutes up on that clock, and we will see as we wait. One of the officials always give that signal. So we'll see, because the Cats got out here about a minute to go in the first half.
Well, we always say this, and I mean, everybody, it's a kind of a known thing, but truly, I'm going to say it again. A lot of it's going to depend on this first drive. They're going to receive the kickoff. If they can go down, score a touchdown, establish a little bit of momentum for themselves, I think that will set the tone for the rest of the game. If they come out and they go 3 and out, then I think it's possible we could see a long second half, especially if they go 3 and out, they punt to Blue Valley, and Blue Valley goes down and scores. Similar a little bit like last week. So hopefully we can establish a little bit of momentum, have a nice long drive, and move forward from there.
Well, we'll see what happens as the Cats try to get in the win column for the first time in 2019, and it isn't going to get any easier next week.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
We make the trek down I-70 to Columbia Battle High School on the northeast side of Columbia, Missouri, to watch that football game. So we'll take one more timeout. We will be back with second half action. You've been listening to the halftime show brought to you by Suzy Q Drive-In and Peculiar. Nothing half about their portions. Grab a basket of Suzy Q's and a tenderloin today.
Every broadcast team has to look good. The 4T's crew is no different. That's why we trust C-Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing to outfit us for each broadcast. Offering full-service screen printing, embroidery, promotional products, banners, and more, they can take care of you. When you're looking for a company to make that next shirt, stop looking and call C-Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing at 660-885-2447 or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
Looking for a new modern style place for your wedding? One that won't break the bank? We've got good news for you. Harrisonville's newest event space, the Uptown Event Space, is now booking for events for the holidays and next year. Located across from the Old Cass Medical Center, there's ample parking and space for your next big party, complete with private rooms for the bride and groom to get ready, a kitchen area, and a full catering available. It's time to go to Uptown and book your next event today.
All right, we're set for second half action here in this one. The Harrisonville Wildcats trail by a count of 14-6 at the half. Story of the first half, really two stories for me. Big plays by Blue Valley Northwest through the air, and the legs of Jace Reynolds keeping the Wildcats in the ball game. Those are your two storylines at halftime.
I can't disagree at all.
So we'll see what happens in the second half. Cats are going to have to find something secondarily on the offensive side of the ball, or Blue Valley Northwest is going to key on Jace Reynolds for the rest of this ball game, and we're going to be in trouble.
What was it Kevin said was the record for the amount of yards in a game?
300 and either 3 or 303 by Reuben Hartzler, who was inducted into the Hall of Fame tonight. What a better night to break a record for the most yards.
Well, I'm telling you, he's only 130 yards away from that, And if that's all they rely on and he breaks another one, he's going there tonight. So, I mean,
Hey.
I love that for him.
It's a full
It's
moon.
a full moon.
You
Friday
don't
the
know what'll
13th.
happen.
Friday the 13th.
So that tells me we're going to have some bizarre, wild ending to this football game too, Gary, on a Friday the 13th and a full moon. The month before Halloween, I mean, that's craziness. So we got 12 minutes on the clock. Cats going to go from north to south in this second half of play to start in the third quarter, or left to right on your television screen. Blue Valley North going to go from right to left and south to north. Blue Valley North, west, I should say, in their away whites, white top, white bottom, white numbers, white helmets,
white
purple,
socks,
purple sleeves. And here comes the kick. Low liner going to be taken by the Cats at about the 10-yard line. That looks like Percival. He's up to the 15, looking for a block to the 20, cuts back, stutter steps up to about the 23 on the far side of the field, and that's where the Cats will start the second half and quarter number 3. See what adjustments both squads have made at the half. 14-6, Cats down in this one. Hopefully, too, another thing, Cats burnt their timeouts early in that first half, and that hurt them on that last drive as well, Gary.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if they would have had a little bit more time, who knows what they could have done.
They got on the plus side of the field, so that was, a couple of timeouts there could have done you wonders.
We had a penalty, it looks like. I didn't get the call.
I did not see that either. It looks like maybe a block in the back because that pushed them all the way back to their own 13. So Riley has his I formation, wide receiver each side. And on 1st and 10, they're going to give it to Reynolds. And they're going to ride that horse. Bring it all the way to the 15, a gain of a pair. So second and about 8 coming up. So wide receiver to the left, wide receiver to the right. Getting that I formation. And again, we haven't called Pesik's name either, being the lead blocker. Maybe change it up a little bit there. And Reynolds again. But again, those holes and those gaps have closed, Gary. And it's third down and about 7. Maybe let's make it 6 here. So a couple of 2-yard gains by Reynolds. Now they're going to go 2 wide receivers to the near side. And again, this would be a good time out of the backfield to squirt Reynolds into the flats on the back side of this play. And instead they're going to hand it right up the middle to Reynolds, and he's going to get a first down with the help of the Blue Valley Northwest defender who nailed him forward. Going to have 7 on that one. And it'll be a 1st and 10, and that'll be a Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center first down. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances. Be 2 wide receivers to the near side here. Under center again is Riley, and they're going to hand it off for Reynolds, and Reynolds gets back to the line of scrimmage, going to give him a yard to the 25-yard line. We're going to have to ask for somebody to tell us the most carries in a ball game as well, because Chase may get up to that. About 10 minutes to go here, third quarter. Cats down 14-6 with the ball. Riley telling Pesik to play here on second down, and Riley drops the ball and covers it up quickly. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and about 13 for the Cats. So 3rd down and 13 here. Going to make it 12. So we'll say it's a 3rd and 12 here for the Wildcats. 2 wide receivers. Cecil was at about the 25, had to go back, get on his side of the field. And this time he's looking to pass. He's being chased, and he's hammered from behind. And the Cats again, the backside blitz, and untouched comes Blue Valley Northwest, and the Cats are going to have to punt it away. And it's going to be a long second half if you continue run, and then have to pass on third and long. I know you're limited with what you got there, but at the same time, you've got to be able to change things up if you're the Cats. High end over end kick, and it's going to take a cap
I thought
bounce,
that hit him.
and it might have.
I think we got it.
Ball is on the ground.
They threw it. I think he hit it off the hill, and we got the ball. What a break.
Third turnover of the ball game. And the Cats recover. It'll be 1st and 10 Wildcats at the 48 of Blue Valley Northwest. Cecil with the recovery. So Cats right back out on offense. Riley calling out his play. Cecil out to the left. Percival to the right. Pesic and Reynolds in the backfield. 1st and 10 coming up on the Blue Valley Northwest side of the field. And Reynolds, again, nowhere to go, but able to squirt through and make a couple of yards out of it. So they're going to give him 2 up to the 46-yard line. 8:08 to go here in the third. Wide receiver left, wide receiver right. I formation in the backfield. And here we go on 2nd down, and Reynolds tries to get to the outside. He's going to make contact at the 40, dive to about the 38-yard line. See if it'll be enough. And going to be about a yard short. Got 7 on that. So 3rd and a yard for the Cats on the 30, make it 38.5-yard line of Blue Valley Northwest. Let me even change it up right here and just call a quick snap and dive forward if you're Riley. And they'll give it to Reynolds again to the outside. He's got a 1st down and down at the 35-yard line. 4-yard gain. So that 4-yard gain for the Cats is another 1st down. That's a Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center 1st down. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances. So chopping wood are the Wildcats here with 7:09 to go in the third quarter. 2 wide receivers set to the left side this time for the Cats. And again, Reynolds cuts back. Good cutback at the 25 to the 20 and taken down at the 19-yard line. Jace Reynolds, 17-yard gain, takes the Cats into the red zone and gives the Cats another Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center 1st down to the 20-yard line. The sophomore running back having a career night so far, toting the rock for the Cats. And here we go on 1st and 10. Nowhere to go that time. He's going to lose about 3 yards. Going to mark him down for 2 yards on that one.
Not only that, but, I mean, we're only not even halfway through. He's already got 10 carries in these 2 drives that they've got. He's going to run out of steam. I mean, he's not going to have anything in the fourth quarter. I mean, he's already got 28 carries.
So here we go on the I formation on 2nd and 12. See if the Cats change it up. They're showing full box. And again, Reynolds finds a seam somehow inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. 10 yards on that one. Looks like 9, actually. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 3. Gary, there's 9 and 10 guys in the box, and somehow Jace Reynolds is finding running room. And that's pretty impressive in itself right there. So a 3rd down and 3 coming up for the Cats. And here we go again, and right up the middle, Reynolds to the 5, inside the 5 to the 3-yard line. Somebody help that young man up. Down to the 3, and it'll be 1st and goal, Cats at the 3-yard line. Not sure how many yards was on that one. Gary had him for 10. So 5:30 to go here, third quarter, 14-6 your score.
I wonder who's going to get the ball.
We'll go back door. We're gonna go with a Jace Reynolds run up the middle for a half a yard loss. Gonna push him back 1 yard. So 5:04 to go here in the third. Second and goal for the Cats. The Cats have had the ball the entire second half, and the only person to touch the ball for the Wildcats on this drive has been Jace Reynolds. So here we go on second and goal. And this time they're going to give it to Reynolds. He finds the crease and finds the end zone for 6. The sophomore. You want to talk about willing yourself into the end zone. Jace Reynolds willed his team into the end zone on that drive, that 2-series drive, as it was a 3 and out and a muff punt. And then that drive there, Jace Reynolds caps it off with a touchdown, and he's up to 238 yards in the ball game. Cats ran this play against Kearney, and it did not come out so good. We'll see if they try it again here. And there's like 5 guys going right at River Riley, so we'll see what they do. And they're going to give it to Percival, and he cuts back, dives into the end zone, and the Cats have tied it up at 14. Bryce Percival, our Julian Edelman, dives through, and we're tied at 14. Oh, that touchdown was brought to you by our good friends at Young's Tire and Wheel Center. Kick those old tires to the curb and go see Young's Tire and Wheel Center for new tires. And remember, the first downs were brought to you by Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center. We're just going to keep it here for this one. We will have a kickoff coming your way here shortly.
Well, that drive started on Blue Valley's side of the field, 48-yard line. It was an 8-play, 48-yard drive. Took 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Like you said, we've had the ball 8 seconds short of 7.5 minutes this third quarter, other because of the muff punt that they had that kicked off one of their players' feet. So, we've went from the 13 with a punt all the way down to score to tie this up to 14-14.
Kick off the fall season with a checkup on your car at Young's Auto Repair. They bring you this kickoff right now. Cats haven't had too much luck kicking the ball off tonight. One went out of bounds. The other one went about 15 yards. There's a high end-over-end kick this time. Going to squirt out of bounds.
It stayed in bounds, and he's out of bounds. In college, they did that, and if you get out of bounds and touch the ball in, it's still the 35-yard line. The flag came in.
Okay, I did not see the flag. I was like, I forgot you can do that if you're standing out of bounds and you go touch the ball. So, again, it'll be up to the 35-yard line. But almost best-case scenario, you're not allowing returns, number one, and number two, you're giving up 15 yards. Instead of a touchback at the 20, you're getting it at 35. So,
right. But close. Boy, that almost stayed in. If he couldn't have gotten out of bounds to touch it, he would have had to get on it right there, and that would have been at about inside the 20. So,
ball will be placed at the 35-yard line for Blue Valley Northwest. They have yet to see the field for this second half on the offensive side of the ball. So Pauly and company will bring themselves out here. 14-14 our score with 4:38 to go in the third quarter of this one. Cats get on the board with, I'm going to call it the Jace Reynolds special on that last drive. He had how many carries on that drive, Gary?
Well, on the combined drives, he had a total of 13 carries.
So basically a 13-play drive that it resulted in 13 carries for Jace Reynolds, and he got the Cats in the end zone. He had a couple of hard yard ones. He had a couple of that he broke for 10 or 12. Shotgun formation, Pauly, and, of course, he looks over to the sideline. This reminds me of the Mizzou offense from several years ago. They stop, they look to the sideline, they go back to action, two to the left, two to the right. up the middle. They're going to go nowhere to go. Cats had it all the way. It's going to be about a 3-yard loss. Back to about the 33-yard line. Bring up 2nd down and 13 for Blue Valley Northwest. So here we go. To the right, to the left. Thomas with Paulie in the backfield. He's got Dolish and Ronaldo out to the near side. He's going to throw out to the far side. No, he's going to go deep. Man over the top, incomplete. Good defense at the last second over there. I think that was Carson Crowley who come over to help and knocked it away. Good play by him. Brings up a 3rd and long for Blue Valley Northwest here. This is a big play to me. This is a big play in the ball game, Gary. 3rd down and long. Get them off the field after 3. Put their defense right back on the field after they just sat there on a 13-play drive. You got a lot riding on this play right here on 3rd and long.
Oh, yes, you do.
And you got to look near side again. They've got that one man over there in Hood. He likes to go that way, though he struggles throwing the ball to that right side. He's going to look right side, though. Over the middle, tipped, and picked off. Cats get it, 40 to the 35. There's a block in the back. It'll come back. But nevertheless.
Great tip, Jill. One-handed behind him.
So the Cats get their 4th turnover of the night. And Bryce Percival wasn't going to let that one fall to the turf. It's going to come back a little bit, but the Cats are going to have the ball, I believe, close to midfield. We'll see. I believe it may be about their own 47.
Blocking the back against the Wildcats on the INT return.
So it goes from a spot foul, I believe, at the 37. Is that a 10 or 15-yard variety?
This is a spot foul.
So it will be coming back. It'll be a 10-yarder. So the Cats will have it at the 47-yard line of Blue Valley Northwest to start this drive. 3:42 to go here in the 3rd quarter, and the Cats got a chance to take the lead in this ball game, take their first lead since the first game of the year at 6-0 against Kearney. And they're going to give it to Reynolds, and Reynolds breaks into the secondary, and he's going to take 11 yards all the way for 10 yards. They're going to say for a 1st down. And that'll be a Schrobe's Maytag Home Appliance Center 1st down. Think Schrobe's first when you think home appliances. So down to the 37 it goes. Riley to the line, 2 wide receivers near side now. And Riley under center here. And he's going to hand off for Reynolds, and Reynolds fights his way back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to say he loses a yard, though. So a negative yardage play for for Jace Reynolds there. And with 3 minutes to go here in the 3rd, it'll be 2nd and 11 for the Cats. Riley under center. And Reynolds breaks into the secondary again, taking 4 or 5 defenders from Blue Valley Northwest with him. Gonna get him 7 on that one. So brings up 3rd and manageable, but you know it's 4-down territory. You're down at the 33 because we're not kicking any field goals from the 33-yard line. So here we go on 3rd down and 5. Reynolds finds a seam. 1st down. 15, 10, breaks a tackle.
Take it to the house.
To the house.
And that should be a flag
Reynolds
in the end zone.
Into the end zone for 6.
32 yards.
32-yard touchdown run. Jace Reynolds, the sophomore, having himself a day.
285 yards on 36 carries.
Hey, Ruben, paging Ruben Hartzler, you may want to watch this. 286 yards on the night for the Wildcats sophomore running back. And we still got a quarter plus to go, folks. hey, they're not doing anything fancy, and he's still getting yardage. So here we go. Cat's going to go for 2 here. They're going to pitch it over, and that'll be Crowley, and he throws it into the end zone for 2. And Blue Valley make it 22-14.
Oh, he's a Cecil.
Now, he pitched that back. I thought that was an illegal forward pass, but they converted it. It's 22-14. We'll take a timeout. We'll be right back.
Buying a house is a full-time job in itself. Why not take the work out of finding your dream home? Go see Carol Looney and her staff at American Heritage Realtors today. Locally owned and members of the community, American Heritage is sure to help you find everything you need in a new home. With insight to local schools, parks, and neighborhoods, they'll match you with everything you want for your dream home. So when the time comes to buy or sell, call American Heritage Realtors at 816-380-6161 or visit them today online at americanheritage-realtors.com.
All right, that touchdown was brought to you by Young's Auto Repair. Give them a call for the right touch in your car when it needs fixed. And now this kickoff brought to you by Young's Tire and Wheel Center. Kick those old tires to the curb. Go see Young's Tire and Wheel Center for new tires.
I have never had to use more than 3 columns, and I am only 4 away from having to go into that 3rd column.
Another end-over-end kick out. Oh, this one's going to roll deep, but no, out of bounds. I just wait for one of them to skip back in bounds and maybe roll down into the end zone. So it'll be the ball at the 35. Cats lead by 8 with 2:12 to go here in this contest.
And only 3:45. They've only had the ball for 45 seconds in the second half.
And this is where when you got guys, they're getting pounded on that defensive side of the ball. So we talk about Jace being tired. They're tired of trying to tackle the kid. So 1st and 10, ball from their own 35, trips and watch to the near side for a pass. I'm just calling it. It probably won't happen. No, they're going to hand off this time. Thomas doesn't have anywhere to go. And Kyron Beavers from behind knocks him down for a loss of about 3. The King with a tackle on homecoming. Kyron Beavers from the backside for a 3-yard loss. And this is the most energy I've seen out of a Wildcat team this season. They're starting to feel better and confident about themselves, Gary.
Well, and it's happening in the second half, which we haven't had it happen in the second half this year. So this is the type of energy you get, the momentum you get from being ahead.
So 3 wide receivers to the right side. They're going to throw right. They go deep and almost picked off. Cats had the step.
Was that Crowley? Yeah, it was Crowley.
That's why he plays defense. So that'll bring it up 3rd down and 13. Jerry's back here laughing at us, Gary.
I know.
1:30 to go here in the 3rd quarter, and the Cats lead by 8. Trying to get another 3 and out here. Wide receiver to your right, 3 to your left. Shotgun formation. Thomas with Pauly in the backfield.
They've got -6 yards for this half, and they've only got 5 plays. Hopefully we can continue it right here.
So here we go on 3rd down. Cats getting a little push. They're going to push
going
deep.
Again.
Again, they're going that way. And incomplete.
Good coverage.
Good coverage, and that could have easily been offensive pass interference. Nevertheless, Blue Valley Northwest could do nothing with it. They're probably going to have to punt here on 4th and 13 from their own 32-yard line.
And I really haven't got it why it seems like everything they're doing is going long pass.
Because it worked in the first half 6 times. This is the Sonic kick return contest coming your way. If the Cats return this kick for a touchdown, H.T. Adams will win a $70 Sonic gift card from Sonic of Harrisonville. If they do not return a kick tonight, he will still win a $5 gift card from Sonic. Almost get to it, and that was not a good one. Fair catch. I thought fair catch was called for, and now
that's
the
a
Cats,
horse collar.
And there's a flag both ways. So it looks like we're going to play 4th down over because there's roughing the kicker, and then there's the face mask. So we'll see what happens, but I think you have to replay 4th down here.
I would think so.
So they bailed out Harrisonville right there because if that was a roughing the kicker,
it'd be first down.
First down. I don't know if it was roughing or running into, but nevertheless.
The last two series, they started on the 35. They ended on the 32, 3 plays and out. And this time they had it for a minute. So
the official's going to come out here and sort it out for us.
And there comes the ball back. So looks like they're going to be playing fourth down again.
So I think it was just running into the kicker. And then personal foul, face mask. So they offset, and we'll do it all again. Reynolds and Percival back to return this one for the Wildcats. Jace Reynolds at 285 yards on the night on
36 carries.
36 carries. To say he's been the workhorse.
That's the only offense we've had.
Would be an understatement. So this time they don't run into it. This time Reynolds takes it at the 40, and he is tackled immediately by a host of Blue Valley Northwest Huskies.
He's feeling it, I tell you, because most times guys aren't going to run up and catch that because you see a white jersey coming at you and you see collision.
And if this is another Jace Reynolds drive, we're going to have a new single game rushing record holder after this drive.
Well, that, and I've got to believe that, since I've been keeping stats and watching, I've never seen anybody even carry it 36 times. So I'd say he's probably pretty close to that as well.
Well, this is a new look. Offset. Wide receiver left, wide receiver to the right. And Reynolds is going to get it. And he's going to break a tackle into the secondary. He's at the 50. He's got close. He's almost. That might break it. It's going to be real close right there.
That's 17 yards, so probably not.
302 yards for Jace Reynolds. And it is a Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center first down. Jace Reynolds needs a yard to tie, 2 yards to break Ruben Hartzler's single game rushing record.
And can I bet on this one? I think it's probably going to happen right here, or at least he's going to get the ball.
He's going to get the ball on. This could be the last play of the third quarter. And Reynolds, he's going to fight for it.
He's breaking it. He just broke it with 2 yards.
He's got 2 yards right there, 30 seconds to go. That makes it to 304 yards.
Now, granted, that's unofficial, so I'm not sure exactly what they've got. That's my totals.
So it looks like that's going to be the end of the third quarter. We're going to take a timeout. Cats lead by 8. We go to the fourth.
It's important to have a local bank. Sherwood Community Bank is the area's only locally owned bank. It's nice when your local bank is also up with the times and provides you with internet banking and a mobile banking app. We are all so busy, so sometimes being able to jump online or use an app to transfer funds at the click of a button is the easiest way to bank. So go to one of Sherwood Bank's 4 convenient locations in Urick, Creighton, Garden City, or Harrisonville and set up an account today.
And don't forget to download the Sherwood Bank app.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. 1 quarter to go. 22-14 our score. Unofficially, we have him at 304 yards.
38 carries, 304 yards.
Now that is
3 touchdowns.
I mean, that's unofficial. I'm going to have a hard time finding a max effort player of the game after this one, Gary.
Well, it's almost going to be, you're almost going to have the max effort player of the game and the teammate of the game.
I mean, yeah. Well, possibly, but the teammate of the game may be the offensive line. They've struggled at times tonight on the passing side of it, and Jace has made a lot of those yards on his own, but he also has 5 guys up front helping him out too.
A lot of yak from him tonight, yards after contact, no question. But they're putting 9 people in the box now, so it's going to be difficult, but looky there.
And Reynolds, he just scoots through and just keeps on and moving.
Another 5 yards.
That's going to be more. That's going to be 7.
No, he already had a few yards.
Oh, there you go. So it brings up 3rd and about 4. 3rd and 3, we should say.
39.
So wide receiver left, wide receiver to the right. And they're switching around. They're going right here. They're going here. I can see it. On 3rd and 3, and Reynolds says, okay, I'll still squirt through there. I'm going to give you a couple of yards. Brings up a 4th down and about 2.
No, 4th down and 1. They're going to give him, they marked it over here, so it's.
They're going to say, that 4th and about a yard.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what we ought to do right here on 4th down and a yard? Let's go let's go with a good old-fashioned bootleg from our quarterback.
If you did that, it'd be a touchdown.
So here we go, 4th and a yard coming up for the Cats. Looks like they're going to call a timeout. He tried to get him offsides, and that will be a timeout. We'll take a quick timeout as well. Cats lead, and with the ball in Blue Valley Northwest territory.
Want the best deal from the best dealership? Max Motors Ford, right in Harrisonville, Missouri. We make deals the others won't. More for your trade, less for your new one. Worth the drive from anywhere. We will beat any competitor's offer on a new vehicle by $500 or give you $500 and a tank of gas. With a great selection of over 800 vehicles priced at or below dealer cost. Come see why Max Ford in Harrisonville is the easiest place to buy a car. Visit us at the corner of 71 and 291 highways or shop maxford.com. Proud to sponsor our Harrisonville Wildcats.
All right, we got a 4th and short coming up for the Cats. 10:44 to go in the ball game. Cats lead it 22-14. And Cats can continue to run clock here if they can get a 1st down. Maybe even go with the short man up, Pesic here, just to throw him off a little bit. They're going to go Reynolds, and Reynolds gets into the secondary and down to the 15-yard line. Jace Reynolds, 19-yard run by Jace Reynolds. And that's a Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center 1st down. So Jace Reynolds riding high here tonight, over 300 yards on the ball game. Under center again. And here we go with Reynolds, and he's going to find a crease inside the 15 to the 11-yard line. Hey, we said something crazy was going to happen on a full moon night. We got a running back with over 320 yards.
333.
333 on the night for Jace Reynolds. And 40-plus carries, under 10 to go. Cats up by 8. 2 wide receivers near side for Harrisonville. And they're going to give it to Reynolds, and he gets to the 10. Gets another couple of yards. So we bring a 3rd down and 4 coming up. Here's our thing for the end of the night. Is Jace going to have more carries than Gary has led in his pencil?
I think it's going to be very, very close.
So 9:20 to go here in the ball game. 22-14. Cats trying to make this a 2-possession game in the 4th quarter. And Reynolds, he breaks the tackle inside the 10, close to another Wildcat 1st down.
25, Jace Reynolds takes it to about the 8-yard line.
And that'll bring up 4th and short for the Cats. Hard to tell. I'm going to say it's about 1.5 yards for the Cats here. With 25 seconds on the play clock, 8:45 on the game clock. Cats lead by 8. Chance to make this a 2-score game here. 4th and a couple for the Cats. And Reynolds cuts back. He's got a first down at the 5.
Number 25, Jace Reynolds, the ball carrier. Takes it close.
And it's 1st and goal, Wildcats.
Number 22, Nick Shorts. There's your signal. The chains move, and that'll be good.
Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center, 1st down. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances.
Guess who's coming out? Who are they going to give the ball to?
Jace Reynolds. We need to. Jace Reynolds needs a free refrigerator or something from Troby's. All the first downs she's getting them tonight. I think that's Polk in there now for the Cats.
Crowley, I think. Isn't it?
Could be Crowley. We'll see here. They're going to give it up the middle, inside the 5 to about the 3-yard line. Yeah. So Carson Crowley gets it down to the 2.
Number 40,
Iomede Agelano. Me and Kevin practiced that numerous times before the game. He was on the tackle there. And it'll be a 2nd and goal from the 4, it looks like.
You know, if we had someone that could kick, if we can't get into the end zone, it would be perfect right now because it would make it a 2-touchdown.
Or a 2-score game.
Well, 2-score game, but they'd have to get 2 touchdowns, or they would have to get a touchdown and a 2-point extra point. Thank you.
Jace is getting ready to go back in. He's like, all right, I'm good. So 7:19 to go. We got a timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout as well. Cats lead and knocking on the door.
Atkinson Funeral Home and Cremation Services have been serving families in the area since 1929. The Atkinsons take great pride in being members of the community. They will soon graduate a 4th-generation Wildcat, and with this kind of commitment to Harrisonville, you know Atkinson Funeral Home will be there for you. As always, they are proud supporters of the Harrisonville Wildcats. And welcome back. Chad had to go in and do some statistical work with our local statistic person that knows pretty much everything about Harrisonville.
And I am going to fall over. I may faint. I don't know if I can finish this game. Brett Jones does not know something.
Well, and I just complimented him for knowing everything in Harrisonville.
He doesn't know the carries in a game record, so holy moly.
Well, and Chase is back in there, deservingly so, to get the touchdown. Oh, they're going to throw
a quick pass on the backside, and down goes River Riley. I don't know who was more shocked, us, Blue Valley Northwest, or our own fans. That was a pass on 2nd down and goal. Coach Meek's been listening to the broadcast, and he was like, okay, they think I'm just going to keep running Jace. I'm going to do something different here. So 3rd and goal from the 4 for the Wildcats. And here we go. They're going to give it to Reynolds.
He's going to get
it into the end zone for 6. 4 more yards, 4 touchdowns, 46 carries, 344 yards. Wow. That touchdown is, I've lost my sheets. I'm losing my mind. All right. That touchdown brought to you by Young's Auto Repair. Allow them to give you that just right touch on your car when it needs fixed. Extra point coming up.
That was a 11-play drive. Took 6 minutes off the clock, 59 yards. Basically all Chase Reynolds other than 2 by Carson Crowley.
So here we go. And now River Riley going to run the ball and not going to quite get there. Cats have a 2-touchdown lead with 7:12 to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this.
Hi, I'm Lacey Dom.
Hi, I'm Cameron Chenoweth with American Family Insurance.
And as I was saying before I was cut off, I'm Lacey Domnick with Shelter Insurance. As you can see, we're both competitors off the field. However, since we're Harrisonville alums, we both still love the Wildcats and this community.
So if you are looking for hometown insurance from your hometown agent, give me a call, Cameron.
No, give me a call at 816-380-2700 for a shelter insurance quote today.
Or for the best quote, give me a call at 816-380-3996 for an American Family quote. We know you have options, so we want to team up to give you the best options in insurance.
All right, welcome back. 7:12 to go in this contest. Your score, 28-14 Wildcats on a record-breaking night from the sophomore running back, Jace Reynolds. Full moon, we said something crazy is going to happen. How about 46 carries? And that one was drilled right up the middle, and the up man going to take it into Cat territory down to the 38-yard line. You want crazy? How about 46 carries, 340 plus yards, and 4 touchdowns from the sophomore running back for the Wildcats? And we still got 7:08 to go in this one. So Blue Valley Northwest is going to have a shot right here to get right back in this ball game. It's 2-score game, 2-touchdown game. So it'll be 38-yard line on the Wildcat side for Blue Valley Northwest as they bring their squad out. Pauly going to come out, and they're going to go empty backfield this time. Nope. Now it'll be Kaufman coming out there last minute. Kaufman and Pauly in the backfield. 3 wide receivers to your right, 1 to your left. 1st and 10, Blue Valley Northwest. Their little give and go now. Pauly chased out of the pocket. He's going to have to throw. Cat's got to be careful over on the sideline not to get, those the late hits can come in over near a sideline. 2nd and 10 coming up from the 37. Sorry, mark it at the 38. So a 2nd and 10 coming out for Blue Valley Northwest. 28-14 your score. Cats on top in this one. 7 minutes to go in the contest. 3 wide receivers near side, 1 to the far side.
See, I like what they're doing. They're crowding the line now.
And this one is thrown over the middle. Witter with the catch. He's going to have 9. Brings up 3rd and short for Blue Valley Northwest. And 6:45 to go. Now they're going to flip it 2 and 2. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. In the shotgun formation, the receivers. Witter and Hood to the near side. Kaufman in the backfield next to Pauly. Into the neutral zone it goes Brody Rogers there. And that'll push it 5 yards and give Blue Valley Northwest a 1st down. So the senior defensive end and tackle for the Cats with a mistake there to keep a drive going.
But I will tell you,
Northwest.
our mistakes and penalties, we've only had 5 penalties all game, which is great compared to what we've had in the past. So
I like what you said, Gary. You see these guys getting up there, getting physical with the receivers from Blue Valley Northwest. That being said, our safeties have got to recognize that and be ready to help if they get beat.
Right.
And this one goes over the middle.
Almost
popped
picked
up.
off again.
And that was a dangerous pass. That was not a good pass by the sophomore right there.
And Sean Carruthers just about had his pick.
Kind of fun out there. Got to be fun for Brent Carruthers. He's got his twins out there playing together on the defensive side of the ball, Sean and Colin. So got to be fun for him as a dad to see both his kids out there at the same time.
That was their first down this half. That was their first down, and it came on a penalty.
So 2 wide receivers to your left, 1 to the right. You got the back off the end here, and then you got shotgun in the backfield. And they're going to go Kaufman up the middle. He's going to get a couple. Going to bring up a 3rd and about 6 for Blue Valley Northwest with 6:15 to go in this one. So the Wildcats.
Hey, and I'll let them run all day because there's only a little over 6 minutes left. They got to score 2 touchdowns, and hopefully we're going to be able to run the ball a little bit next.
So we will see here 3 wide receivers. They go trips to the right side, single receiver to your left side. He's looking left. He's got a wide open receiver, and he popped it up in the air. I thought he was going to drop it. Ends up hauling it in at the 10-yard line. Tackled over there by Norris Vance. And that'll bring up a 1st down. We'll see if it's 1st and 10 or 1st and goal. I think it's be 1st and goal here at the 10. 2 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right. 5:43 to go here in the 4th quarter of this one. Far from over. Blue Valley Northwest with quick score capabilities. And we got a whistle and a timeout called by Harrisonville. They're going to talk it over with 5:35 to go. We'll take a timeout as well. Cats lead by 2 scores with 5:35 to go.
It's happened to all of us. We buy new tires and a week later we run over a nail. Good news. Buy your tire at Young's Tire and Wheel Center and you get free flat repair for the life of your tires. Have a bad tire and need a replacement but you don't want to break the bank? Young's can help you with that as well, with a huge assortment of quality used tires. So when the time comes for new tires or a replacement, go to the shop that Harrisonville trusts on South Commercial, a stone's throw from Forged by Fire.
When Forties needs tires, they call Young's. Yes.
Hello and welcome back. Hello and welcome back. Chad's busy, I think, taking care of some statistical work, or attempting to.
Got
anyway.
it done. All right, so we got 5:35. We'll reset it for you. 5:35 to go in the fourth quarter. It's first and goal from the 10-yard line. Blue Valley Northwest trails by 2 scores. The Cats are now out of timeouts. Blue Valley Northwest still has 3. If they can score here, it'll be a 1-score game. And here we go on the shotgun. They're going to throw it over the middle and caught at the 4-yard line. I think that's Witter. I don't think it's Witter. That is Dolish with the catch. So now they're going to go 2 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Back off the end is Witter. Second and goal from the 4-yard line. Time of the essence for Blue Valley Northwest, and I think they know they can score pretty quickly as they don't seem concerned with time right here. So under 5 to go. And now they throw a slant tipped at the line of scrimmage, and it's going to bring up 3rd and goal from the 4-yard line.
And the one problem with that was he went a slant and Percival went to the corner.
And Hood's mad. Hood was hitting himself in the helmet there, knowing he had a 6 right there.
Oh, absolutely.
So 4:54 to go now. See if they try this again, or maybe fake the slant and go to the corner this time. That's what I would do if I was Hood, but we'll see here with 4:54 to go. 5 seconds on the play clock. And they got to go quick, and this
Another
one's tipped
tip
up in the air. Somehow comes down with it. Going to be about a yard short of the end zone, and it's going to bring up 4th and goal for Blue Valley Northwest.
2-yard line. Brings up 4th and goal.
So 4th down coming up for Blue Valley Northwest. And we've got a timeout on the field. Now this is where it's hard to score when you pass and you run the shotgun spread offense right here, Gary. You got the ball at the yard. You're going to snap it back to about the 5 or 6. You got to hope somebody can get open in traffic in a 10-yard area and not get it knocked down. Or if you hand off, you've got to get an extra 5 yards just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And our defense has only been on the field second half 4.5 minutes. So they're fresh. Now, granted, the offense is too, but you want a fresh defense right here, and that's what we've got, because in the third quarter, they were only on the field for 1.5 minutes, and they've only had it for about 3 minutes here. So that was the best case scenario if you're going to catch it, since it got tipped, is it that made them take a timeout, number one, and some more time ran off the clock. So
4:36 to go. And I think that's maybe why they went bunt the timeout right there, or burn a timeout, was to make sure it didn't get under like 4 minutes to go. 2 wide receivers, 2 your left, 1 your right. See if they go to this right side. They're going to go to the left side.
And overthrow
them, incomplete. Cats going to take over on their own 1-yard line. I'm not telling you what to do, but if I was calling right here, I'm going with a fullback dive this time. Your first guy through, he's going to have a head of steam, and it give him a couple of yards here. Or, let's go crazy. How about a 99-yard touchdown to top it off for Jace Reynolds? That would put him over 400 yards in the game. That would be fun, too.
I would venture to say it would be the longest run play from scrimmage in Harrisonville high school history.
And it would be multiple players that had that, because Morgan Salamaya had a 99-yard run as well as a 99-yard punt return of all things. And I think a lot of people know that name, Morgan Salamaya. Speaking of Morgan Salamaya, we've got media passes for the clash at Arrowhead between Pitt State and Northwest Missouri State. We're going to go up there. We're going to get some sound bites from Morgan Salamaya, the junior captain of the defense for the Pittsburgh State Gorillas, Jerry Forschler's alma mater. Maybe get some video during the game and just have some fun with that in a couple of weeks at Arrowhead on October 5th. So, all right, or 12th, I should say. Sorry. 4:33 to go here in the game. Under center they are. And they hand off to Reynolds, and he gets out of the end zone. They were all over. Oh, Jace gets a couple. He's going to give himself some breathing room. 2 yards. Gets him up to the 3-yard line.
Second down and 8, Wildcats.
So we're going to go 2 wide receivers near side. It'll be Cecil and Percival. Under center we go. I think you know who's in the backfield. And they're going to hand it off for Reynolds, and Reynolds again fighting for yardage. And he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one. And it's just running clock time for the Wildcats. Blue Valley Northwest on that carry. Going to call a timeout. Brings up 3rd down and about 8. We got a timeout on the field. We'll take a quick timeout as well. Cats lead by 2 scores late in the game.
What do you look for when you're buying a used vehicle? How about honesty and integrity, along with a reliable vehicle? That's why you should turn to Steve Holland at Holland Auto Sales. Selling reliable vehicles in Harrisonville for 35 years means Holland's will be around when it's time to buy. At Holland's, you get more than a nice vehicle. You get a friend in the car business.
The where the grammars go, Hans Auto Sales, and ask for Steve.
All right, 3:44 to go here in the contest. 28-14 is our score. Wildcats lead by 2 scores. It's a 3rd down and 8. Blue Valley Northwest down to 1 final timeout here. And the Cats are out of timeouts. If you're just joining us, it has been the Jace Reynolds show tonight.
48 carries, 346 yards.
For the sophomore, amazing stats coming from him tonight. He's had hard yards, he's had lost yards, he's had long yards. And here we go on 3rd down, and Reynolds gets out of the end zone and then is chucked down into the end zone.
Number 25, Jace Reynolds, the ball carrier. Brought down by
49th carry on the night for Jace Reynolds.
Blue Valley Northwest defenders.
345 yards unofficially on the night for Jace with 3:34 to go.
Their defense has been on the field. Okay, so 12, 24, 20 and a half, basically 16 minutes of this second half. And you can see it in them when they were going off the field, how give out they were. You know, really I think the turning point was the punt that kicked off with the ankle of one of the Blue Valley players. We recovered it, went ahead and went down and scored, and I think that hurt. That was the change in the game.
I agree with that, and one of the things it did, when you've lost that many games in a row, you always have a moment of a game that the doubt creeps back in, and you start saying, here we go again. That might have been that turning point. They were going to get the ball back up by 8, and instead they had to go back out on defense, and we know the rest.
I would almost go out of the end zone here and take a free kick, but that's
why. Gets a roll up to about the 30, 29-yard line. Oh, and there's a flag. Now, that could be a safety. If there's a hole in the end zone, I believe that's a safety. Oh. Illegal procedure here for the Cats. I do like Gary's idea here, though. I mean, you give them 2 points, they're chasing 2 touchdowns. And we'll see if they're going to
you get a free kick, and you're gonna start coming from their side. That's all I'm saying. You give up 2 points.
But nevertheless, they're going to get the ball at our 29 with 3:24 to go. No, we're not. We're going to run away with the ball as the official takes off running. I'm not real sure what's going on right now.
Oh, they're taking the
oh, they
penalty.
took it on. Okay. I was like, I don't know where we're going. This official ran off with the football. 2 wide receivers to your left, 2 to your right. Shotgun formation. Blue Valley Northwest with the ball. Catch, show, and blitz. Pauly looks back to the sideline for his play. Thomas with him in the backfield. And here we go on 1st and 10. A little screen out to Hood. Hood's got it at the 20 to about the 18-yard line. Brings up 2nd down. Clock will roll with 3:10 to go. It'll bring up a 2nd down. Cats will give up those all day long.
Oh, absolutely. Stay in bounds. Clock continues to run.
So 2nd down and about 4. And they're going to throw it over the middle. And now Witter hammered out of bounds on the far side. I'm not sure. I cannot see the number over there. I thought that might have been Kyron, and it was Kyron laying the wood again. He's had a couple of big hits in the ball game. The King on homecoming. 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the right side. Under 3 to go. Witter got out of bounds, so it'll be 1st and 10 from about the 13-yard line. Pauly has 3 to his right, 1 to his left. He looks to the right, throws it over the middle, and complete down to about the 7-yard line. Again, I believe that was Witter. They're in the hurry-up mode up to the 7-yard line. So Pauly has to hurry here. Well, he doesn't have to hurry, but he's running low on time on the scoreboard. They're going to throw it in the flats, incomplete. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 5 for Blue Valley Northwest with 2:24 to go here in this 4th quarter. So 2:24 to go, 28-14 the score.
Well, the beautiful thing is now we're at about the point with the 40-second clock. We're about the point where nobody had timeouts left. Even if they score, if we get the onside kick, it's going to be over because the clock's going to run.
So 2:24 to go here. 3rd down and 5 coming up, and they're going to throw it deep. Incomplete. Good defense by Norris Vance. I'm going to tell you what. You want to talk about a kid that's grown up tonight? He was a sophomore, wet behind the ears before the game, and he's turned into a lockdown corner by the end of the night. He's gotten beat a couple of times tonight, but he's played beautifully in the second half of this ball game and come up with some huge plays. The sophomore playing well.
And I couldn't see who that was to. Who?
I believe it was over far side. I think that might have been 19 Ranello. And they're going to go back that way again. Jump ball into the end zone for a touchdown. So Norris gets beat on that one, but he's played great defense in the second half. Take nothing away from him. 2:14 to go. Makes it 28-22. Extra point coming up here. And it looks like, I thought for a second they may think about going for 2 there, but no reason to do that with the kicker you got. Cats have come close to blocking a couple of these. That would be huge here because even a touchdown, a 2-point conversion would only tie it. And now they're going to go for it and nowhere to go. And Kyron Beavers, homecoming king, with it to wrap up and tackle. Have a day, Kyron. Have a day. So 2:14 to go in this contest. The Cats lead at 28-20. We'll have a kickoff coming your way here shortly. We're just going to keep it here with you.
You know, talk about ironic things. I mean, there's so many ironic things. They've had 3 touchdown passes tonight. all 4 of them have been from the 4-yard variety. Every one of them.
All 3 of them.
Well, 3 of them, but have been from the 4 yards. I mean, how ironic can this or how much crazier can this not get? I hate onside kicks. I absolutely hate them. 2:15 left. We've got to get the onside kick. And if we do, we can almost run out the clock. Not quite, but we can almost run out the clock.
Get you a first down and then call it a day. Jace Reynolds, I believe he's got 49 carries on the night.
Yeah, he'll probably get his 50th if we get the onside kick here.
So, and you got your hands people up there. You got your safety valve
including
back.
Chase.
So Jace is right up here by the 50. You got Cecil over here. You got Polk over here. You got Norris Vance on this side. You got Brody Rogers in there. You know, you're like, why you got your – I think that's Brody on the other side. I can't quite tell. I think that's him. But, hey, he's got good hands. And here we go. There's the kick, and it is covered up. I believe Blue Valley Northwest got the ball.
Now you know why I hate onside kicks.
The good news out of this is even if they score, they got to get a 2-point conversion. So not what you wanted, but nevertheless, it's Blue Valley Northwest ball with 2:12 to go from their Wildcat 48-yard line.
First and 10, far side of the field, 2-1-2 left to play.
So ball at the 48-yard line with 2:12 to go.
Holly takes his squad to the line.
So it'll be Pauly and Thomas in the backfield, 3 wide receivers set out to your left side, 1 to your right. They're going to look out to the right side. He's got his man complete, and it's going to run. He went down inbounds. I thought they were going to show the 31-yard line, and that'll be Ranello on the near side with 2:05 to go. So 3 wide receivers to your left side, 1 to your right. Pauly and Thomas in the backfield with 1:52 to go here in the contest. And looking to throw, nowhere to go. Rogers chasing him. He's going to throw it deep. Incomplete, out of bounds. And that'll bring up second down. Good effort by Ranello on the near side, but could not come down with it inbounds. And a good throw on the run by Pauly there. He threw that about almost 40 yards in the air on the run. Clock stops with 1:43 to go. And now Pauly can take his time a little bit here, kind of give his team a breather. 3 wide receivers left side, Ranello all alone right side, Thomas in the backfield with Pauly. He's looking to throw, Cats are giving pressure. This one's thrown up for grabs, and a flag and another flag comes in. And that'll be a 15-yard penalty. That'll give him a 1st and 10 down to about the 16-yard line. So that was intended for goalish with 1:37 to go. You know, now here's where big plays came in, Gary, is that missed extra point. You've got to score a touchdown, but you also then got to get in the end zone with your spread offense from the 3-yard line.
Just to tie it up.
Just to tie it. So 1:37 to go, 28-20. What has been a crazy night on full moon Friday the 13th. 3 wide receivers out to your right, 1 to your left. Pauly in the shotgun with Thomas on his left hip. On 1st and 10, they roll out. He's looking to throw. He's still looking. He's got a man at the 5, hammered at the 5, stays on his feet. Witter, and down to the 3, and the Cats wrap him up with 1:25 to go. And guess what? Oh, nope, Gary, he's at the 3, not the 4-yard line. So 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. 2 wide receivers left, 2 to the right with 1:15 and the clock running. Pauly in the shotgun. And they're going to hand off to Thomas. And Thomas is into the end zone for 6. And it makes it 28-26 with 1:06 to go into this one, and a 2-point conversion coming up. And guess what, Gary? If they don't get the 2-point conversion, what we're going to have?
An onside kick.
So both teams at full throat. The fans are at full throat here. 1:06 to go. 28-26 the score. Blue Valley Northwest needs a 2-point conversion to try to send this game into overtime. 2 wide receivers to your left, 2 to your right. Pauly, he's going to hand off double reverse. Ball almost dropped, and now they're looking to throw, and he throws into 2-point conversion. And it's 28-28. Nothing you could have done about that. Good defense, everything. So with 1:06 to go in the game, we're knotted at 28-all. We'll take a timeout.
And all the insurance you need is under one roof. Auto, commercial, life, health, farm, or crop insurance, they have you covered. With a lineup like that, they are sure to be the team covered. So instead of dreading a call to get an insurance quote, call the team that will line up with the best of them. The team at Stafford & Stafford Insurance, located on Commercial across from Holland's Auto Sales.
One of the scariest things to do is to take your car to a mechanic. No reason to be scared when you have the best mechanics around right here in Harrisonville. Colby and the crew at Colby's Car Clinic are all ASE certified mechanics with the latest equipment to keep your vehicle running smoothly year in and year out. So don't be scared. Go to Colby's Car
Clinic.
Clinic.
At 28 apiece. Me and Gary talking in the break. What do? You almost just play for overtime here. You don't want to fumble deep. Nobody's got a timeout. So we'll see what happens here. A high end over end kick taken by the Cats at the 12, and that's Reynolds. He tries to get to the outside, and he dives forward to about the 23-yard line. I would assume Jace Reynolds will probably be in the cold bath afterwards tonight.
He probably will have to be in there all night long.
So the ball will be at the 24-yard line with 1:01 to go in the contest. Cats going to line up at their 24 with the I formation, 1:01 to go. And all it takes is one for Jace to bust one, too. And Reynolds going to try to find a seam, not anywhere to go. Going to give him 2 on that one. That was his 50th carry of the night. And he has 347 yards. So you go 2 wide receivers to your far side. And Reynolds back to the line of scrimmage with 30. And it looks like we're headed to overtime. Reynolds, I think that's Reynolds coming out. His helmet, I think. Snap on his helmet. Cats don't have to snap it here, and I don't think they're going to. So 28-28 our score. Looks like we might go, well, looks like they may run one more play. And they're going to hand off to Crowley. There's a penalty flag. If it's on us, that'll be the end of the regulation. And we will go to overtime. So that's going to end the regulation. It's 28-28, and we'll go to overtime. If I can say one thing about overtime, Cats are built for overtime with those 25-yard fields. We'll be right back.
And take the fear out of getting your car fixed. Give Colby a call at 816-380-3000 or go see them in the big blue building behind O'Reilly's. One of the scariest things to do is to take your car to a mechanic. No reason to be scared when you have the best mechanics around right here in Harrisonville. Colby and the crew at Colby's Car Clinic are all ASE certified mechanics with the latest equipment to keep your vehicle running smoothly year in and year out. So don't be scared. Go to Colby's Car Clinic and take the fear out of getting your car fixed. Give Colby a call at 816-380-3000 or go see them in the big blue building behind O'Reilly's.
All right, so here is high school overtime rules. Each team will get the ball from the 25-yard line with a chance to score. Obviously, first down still in play. If you get to the 15, you get a first down, 5, so on. You can score on any play. If you get a touch or whatever you do, the other team can have a chance to match. So if Harrisonville was to score a touchdown, then Blue Valley Northwest gets their shot and tries to score a touchdown as well, and vice versa. Same with field goals, which you look at both ways. The Cats have to go for it. They don't have a kicker, so they've got to score touchdowns. Blue Valley Northwest, here comes the game. Here comes the game of cat and mouse. Who gets the ball first? I almost let them go. I want to go second.
Oh, absolutely. You always want, because you always know what you need to do. I mean, if they get the ball first and they don't score, we know we're just going to have to score a touchdown. If we get the ball first, we don't score, they know all they got to do is kick a field goal.
Absolutely.
And they've got a field goal kicker. We're, because of issues or because of illnesses and injuries, we don't have a kicker tonight. So
we were waiting, both teams, to come out to the middle of the field. My wife texts, she goes, Harrisonville win? We're getting ready to head out. I said, no, it's tied. We're going to overtime. She was like, huh? So 28 your score. It is the end of regulation, and both squads are going to get a shot at it. We'll see who gets the first shot, who gets the second shot. I may pull up some scores. Jerry's got some scores here, but we'll see if I can pull up some on the trusty cell phone here. But we are having some fun, folks. This is high school football. What is it? 48 minutes was not enough to decide it, so we're going to play overtime. And I wonder how long before NFL goes to this type of an overtime. I think they're worried about going to this type of overtime because you almost feel like it kind of takes away from the game. There's no game clock. So I wonder if they think it's not that type of game. Kearney got blasted by Platte County 51-14 tonight.
Oh, wow.
Lincoln beat Adrian 36-0. Get you some local scores. Fort Osage beat Belton 41-0, which Fort Osage had been limping into that game. Van Horn beat Bishop Ward 50-8.
Blue Valley, it looks like, won, so they're going to defer if I'm thinking what they're going to do. And so Harrisonville gets to decide which end of the field. So that's the way it's going to be. So Harrisonville's going to get the ball first.
Center beat Oak Grove 41-0. Summit Christian beat Clinton 59-0. Knob Noster all over Crest Ridge 47-12. No score with the Excelsior KC Central game. Grandview, last score we got was 14-2 at halftime. So we will wait both teams. Odessa all over Holden 62-0 your final score there. Rolling down here as we set. Maryville beat Chillicothe 49-12. North Kansas City 56-6 over Ruskin. Lincoln Prep 67-0 over Northeast. Liberty North 24-3 winners over Park Hill. So some scores as we wait. Cats will be on offense. They're going to go from north to the south. They'll be at the 25-yard line. And we go to overtime here. We talked about Jace already having the record for yards in a game, which Reynolds goes and nowhere to go. They're all over him at the line of scrimmage. He got about a yard. brings up 2nd and 9. But we're talking about it, Gary, and Jace breaks the record. Coincidentally, on the night that Reuben Hartzler, the record holder, was inducted into the Harrisonville Football Hall of Fame. So 2nd and 9 coming up. And Reynolds going to get the handoff and nowhere to go. He has not had anything the last 5 or 6 carries. And 3rd down and 9 coming up.
On the stop, Leo Clinton. Chase Reynolds, number 25, is the ball carrier.
Ball in the near hash here. 3rd and 9 coming up. In 3rd and 9 with ball on the 24-yard line. Two wide receivers to your left side, I formation in the backfield. Pesic and Reynolds. Under center is Riley. And we're going to have a penalty flag. Cats were looking to pass there. And that ain't going to help. Ball start. You know what's crazy here, Gary, is you almost feel like the offense maybe is a little cold. I mean, they did come in for the last minute of the game, but Blue Valley Northwest had 2 straight drives.
Well, Blue Valley Northwest is doing what I would do. You're going to beat me with something else other than 25. And they're socking everybody in there, putting 2 people out on the wings, on the wide receivers, but they were putting everybody else in. Now they're spreading out a little bit because they know that you got 14 yards to go.
So 3rd and 14 from the 29. Fake the handoff, Reynolds, and they go over the top and try to get back to it as Percival cannot quite get there, and that'll bring up 4th and 14. And for all intents purposes here, if the Cats do not get a first down here, Blue Valley Northwest, all they have to do is kind of sit on the ball, get it in the middle of the field, and kick a field goal and get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, but I don't always on you call them kids, but 16 to 18-year-old young men kicking a 35-yard field goal is not easy.
So the ball at the 29-yard line, 4th down for the Cats. They have to get a first down to continue their overtime series. And not going to happen as River Riley chucks it into the end zone incomplete. And now Blue Valley Northwest has a shot to end a long losing streak and win a football game here on a night where Jace Reynolds has broken a school record for yardage. And that's going to be, I think that's going to be the bummer of this whole night if Blue Valley Northwest wins this football game, Gary, is the effort put in by Jace Reynolds tonight.
I totally agree.
So the ball placed at the 25-yard line, Pauly and company here. Thomas and Reynolds, Thomas and Pauly in the backfield. 2 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Cats need a turnover and a second overtime. Blue Valley Northwest needs a field goal or touchdown to win it. 1st and 10 from the 25. Blue Valley Northwest throws it out to Hood. Hood's going to get to the outside and get a first down to the about 12-yard line. Well into field goal territory is Blue Valley Northwest. It'll be a 1st and 10 at the 14 after the 11-yard gain by Hood. Cats giving up a lot of space on these passes. 3 wide receivers, 2 to your right, 1 to your left. First overtime period, Cats did not score. Blue Valley Northwest scores, they win. And they're going to throw it deep and into the end zone. Caught for 6, and that's the contest. Blue Valley Northwest breaks their losing streak, and the Cats fall to 0-3. We'll take a timeout, and we'll be right back after this.
There is only one place in Harrisonville that you can see every Wildcat game, home or away, on the big screen. That's at Forged by Fire. If you're unable to make the journey to the game, stop in and watch the game with fellow Wildcat fans. Check them out every other night as well during the week with nightly specials and a full menu that is sure to make your mouth water. Forged by Fire is Harrisonville's premier restaurant. And remember, it's your Friday night Wildcat headquarters before, during, and after the game.
What is greater than 1? 2! That's right, now Show Me Auto Mall has 2 locations to serve you, one in Harrisonville and the north location in Belton. Chances are, that means the quality of used vehicle you are searching for is going to be at one of their 2 locations. With several financing options available, Show Me Auto Mall will get you in the vehicle you want without breaking the bank. So when it's time to trade that vehicle in, go see the gang at Show Me Auto Mall and let them show you the Show Me difference.
You need multiple things for a project at home, but don't want to go all over the city to find it? You need to go see Tom and Lonnie Cook at the 38,000 square foot Trade Fair Mall. Over 200 booths with Amish-made jelly, new and used furniture, antiques, toys, and a little bit of everything you can think of. Harrisonville's Trade Fair Mall can be your one stop for everything. Whether it's your first time to Harrisonville or you have been here for years, the Trade Fair is definitely a see it to believe it type of place, right across the street from Sutherland's.
All right, welcome back. Final score, 34-28. Cats fall to Blue Valley Northwest. Cats were up 14 with under 6 to go. Blue Valley Northwest was able to come back. They needed 2 scores. They got a touchdown. They missed an extra point on, I don't know if it was a muff snap or they wanted to try to go for 2. Come back, get another touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Harrisonville had no answer. Jace Reynolds was out of gas at the end of that one. He ran over 50 times. Gary will give you the totals here, but we'll talk about it. Final score, 34-28. Cats fall to Blue Valley Northwest. Give Blue Valley Northwest a ton of credit. They were down 2 scores. They didn't win a football game last year, and they were winless this year. Not sure what the record was the year before, but they had a long losing streak, and they were able to break it here tonight. They were down. They didn't count themselves out. That's a lot. You know, we talk about momentum building, and we talk about life lessons in sports. There's one for you in perseverance tonight. Blue Valley Northwest didn't give up, and they were able to get the win.
Yeah, in 2.5 minutes, they scored 14 points to tie it up. I mean, so you got to give it to them for doing that. They made some good plays. It wasn't that we had some good defense on those plays that they scored touchdowns and extra points. I mean, what else do you say on a night like this?
Bottom line is Harrisonville falls to 0-3 on the year, and they've got a battle. They've had some injuries. They're not at full strength, but you can't have excuses. You know, it's one of those things. We talked about the perseverance on the sideline of Blue Valley Northwest. Harrisonville's got some now. It's time to man up, get back to work, and know that you still got at least 7 football games to go this season.
Absolutely.
So we'll see what happens at your post-game show, brought to you by Wildcats Post-Game Headquarters, Forged by Fire. Head over for post-game appetizers and celebrate your Harrisonville Wildcats. Hey, maybe go over and celebrate the sophomore running back, Jace Reynolds. I'll give it to Gary for tonight's stats, and then we'll talk about him a little bit more. Go ahead, Gary.
Well, the total offense was Chase Reynolds tonight. He ended up with, unofficially, 53 carries for 346 yards. And to tell you who else had anything at all, Crowley had 2 carries for 4, and Percival had 1 catch for 3. That was our offense. Reynolds scored all 4 touchdowns with an 86-yard touchdown run. That was an exciting run in the second quarter. Then a 4-yard run, a 32-yard run, and a 4-yard run. 2 of those coming in the third, and then the final touchdown coming in the fourth to bring 28 to 28. And they had time of possession was pretty much on our side. I mean, we held the time of possession. I can't remember exactly what the total was, but we had the time of possession on Needle on our side, and just couldn't bring it down. I think we probably had 5 or 6 more minutes than they had as far as time of possession, and but most of their yards they only had about 50 yards of rushing. The rest of it was, and I didn't get it all totaled up, but you're looking at probably 350 yards of receiving. So final score 34-28. Blue Valley prevails over our Harrisonville Wildcats tonight.
Yeah, and we talk about it. Character building is what you got to do. You get the loss tonight. There was positives in it. Your top 3 wide receivers are out. You didn't have a lot of options offensively. I don't know that I run a kid 56 times in a ball game. However, he gave you everything he had tonight, and I got to give him a lot of credit because he took some licks and he got up every single time, and he ran for over 300, almost 350 yards on the night. But, however, you also need him the rest of the season. So,
yeah, I mean,
bottom line is that he put Harrisonville in a situation to win. And that's all you can ask for it. You got to get healthy. You got to get to a situation to where you got a game next week, and after that game next week, you got to focus on conference.
Right.
So,
and I tell you, I've watched a lot of kids run, and he's not that big of a kid, but boy, the heart that guy has. Yards after, we talk about yards after carry as far as runners, and I don't know how many times there was contact in the backfield or at the line of scrimmage, and he got positive yardage. And so all hats off to him tonight. I mean,
absolutely.
He never stopped till the last carry that he had. And so he was it tonight for the Cats.
Well, we'll see what happens. You got one more non-con next week at Columbia Battle. And, I'll be real honest. If I'm talking football next week, I'm not even looking at even playing, Colby, even if Colby's cleared to play next week. Tarwater, you're not playing. At this point, that game means nothing. It means nothing in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, it means you may be 0-4 after next week, but in the grand scheme of things, you can win 5 in a row, win your conference, and be 5-4 going into districts. In a district that, no knock on any other team in our district, but nobody has shown amazement to me in our 8-team district. So there's a lot of football left to be played. Our max effort player of the game tonight, brought to you by Max Ford of Harrisonville. I mean, I don't really think I even need to say it, is Jace Reynolds. Toted the rock 50-plus times, had over 300 yards rushing, 346 to be exact, and 56 carries. And, teammate of the game, Gary talked about it. Tonight's teammate of the game, give his all without fanfares, brought to you by Harrisonville Insurance teammates Lacey Dominic of Shelter Insurance and Cameron Chenoweth, American Family Insurance. Give him a call for a quote today. Gary hit it on the head. He goes, he probably deserves both. I'm going to give him both. I will give a shout-out to the offensive line who helped him along the way as well. And an honorable mention, teammate of the game, to Kyron Beavers. The homecoming king had a couple of big plays in this ball game defensively as well. And those are that. Also, our official outfitter, 4Ts, is provided with and is outfitted every Friday night by C-Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing out of Clinton. Call them and outfit your crew today. Give Cindy a call. Have her get you guys geared up. She does an amazing job. We got some new polos and pullovers tonight. We got our blue ones on that she delivered to us last week. She does a great job. Harrisonville doesn't have really a T-shirt person per se overall that does embroidery. They do some, but in mass, I should say, as they have a good shop down there in Clinton. So, needless to say, it's been a long night. We're going to wrap things up here from Harrisonville. For our camera lady, Larissa Lamb. For our producer, Jerry Forsler. For Gary Davidson, I'm Chad Grammer saying good night from Harrisonville. We'll see you next Friday night in Como.